Boulevard home game of the week on the Fan Sports Network.
Punishing runner.
Into the end zone, touchdown.
Big hole up the middle. 15, 10, 5, touchdown.
For a touchdown.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on in. It is your Boulevard home game of the week here on the Fan Sports Network. Broadcasting here from Crimson Cliffs High School. Getting ready for the Cedar Reds, Crimson Cliffs Mustangs, and Region 9 football is finally upon us. Caden Formaster here, Paul Ratliff in the studio. I should say up in the broadcast booth here this afternoon, this evening. What a beautiful day for some football, Paulie.
Yeah, absolutely. As we see the Crimson inflatable start to fill up over there, the smoke emerging out, and we're close to game time, 11:37 on the big clock until we're kicking this one off. And two optimistic starts for both of these teams, one team 1-2, one team 2-1. But we're going to find out what's going to happen on the field tonight to maybe move to 500 for one or maybe move to 3-1 for the other. So great opportunities presented for both teams in this one.
Absolutely. And we want to shout out our great sponsors making this broadcast available to you. Boulevard Home, our title sponsor this season, making your house a home for over 50 years here in southern Utah. And today's pregame show coverage is built by Buck's Ace Hardware. Buck's has the best selection for guns, ammo, barbecues, lawn and garden. Think Bucks with their 3 Southern Utah locations. And Findlay Subaru. We're looking for our Findlay Subaru star of the game tonight. You can go see the all-star lineup on the savings side of the freeway and check out all the great deals at findlaysubaru.com. Plus Fabulous Freddy's. Fabulous Freddy's voted best of Southern Utah for car wash, soda and cookie, and sandwiches. 2 great locations, River Road and Bluff Street. Make your day fabulous at Fabulous Freddy's. So, Paul, inside of our pregame show coverage here, we have, of course, this game tonight, Cedar, Crimson Cliffs, and this is just one of our 3 matchups across all of Region 9. Pineview and Desert Hills also here on the Fan Sports Network, and you can watch that as well. Just wherever you found this link, you can find it right alongside it, whether that's on YouTube or on our website on the fansportsnetwork.com. And then the other game going on tonight, Dixie is at Hurricane, and Snow Canyon on their bye week, headed down to Las Vegas to take on Centennial. Those are all the games covering tonight. We're going to give you updates throughout the game from across all of Region 9, and we'll be updating that Region 9 scoreboard all night long. Well, Paul, let's get into this one a little bit here inside of our pregame coverage. And let's start with the visiting team, the Cedar Reds, coming off a big win against Canyon View.
Yeah, the Reds under first-year head coach Ty Hyatt are really fiery. They're spunky offensively, bring a punch with multiple skill players, including Crew Giles, who averages about 95 yards receiving, and Caleb Pauley averaging a amazing 147 yards per game on the ground. Everett Kelling has been an efficient quarterback this season for the Reds, completing 59% of his passes for 648 yards and 10 touchdowns and only 5 interceptions. Big thing, though, Cade, Ty Hyatt. That's the thing. He's instilled belief in the Cedar squad. And we saw against Canyon View when they got up, there was no turning back. They put the pedal down and throttled the Falcons. So this is a different Reds team. They have a super talented receiving core with 3 guys, Trace Overson, Crew Giles, Dylan Crowley, who all have over 10 catches, all over 100 yards, all with multiple touchdowns. So this is a formidable offense that we'll see from Cedar, and I think the Crimson's in for a test tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Taking a look back at the game last week, you know, this game between Cedar and Canyon View is always the one that anyone from Cedar or Canyon View has circled on their schedule every single year. As much as you want to win in region games, they want to beat their crosstown rival that much more. And this time around, it was Cedar getting the win. So, you know, looking at just this last game alone, you had Everett Kelling with 187 yards passing. The big name to me coming out of the game last week was Trace Overson, who was a nominee for the Findlay Subaru Player of the Week, where we had 4 from across Region 9, and his name was one of those on the list. So he had 90 yards receiving, all-purpose yards up to 103. So all across the board here for Trace Overson, he was an amazing standout from this last week against Canyon View.
Yeah, absolutely. And 2 touchdowns as well, and that's a big night for him, and I expect another big night for him tonight. As you know, even though Crimson, we looked at Perry's power guide, Crimson given the 24-point edge.
Somewhere around that, yeah.
It was like 24, 23 and a half. I think that's way too big of a number in this game. I think it's going to be much, much tighter. Cedar plays really good fundamental football, and we're going to see that tonight from the Reds and Coach Ty Hyatt. So,
yeah.
But on the Crimson side, what are you expecting?
Well, on the Crimson side, we talk about our Finley Subaru Player of the Week. The actual winner of the Player of the Week came from the Crimson Cliff side. That was McCord Christiansen. 35 carries, 235 yards, 2 touchdowns. So he was running all over the place, McCord Christiansen. And I mean, as a senior this year, we know that he can run. He did it all last year as well. So it was no surprise when he came into this season, and he's one of the top running backs right now in Region 9, right alongside probably Titan Mason, right?
Yeah, he's one of the top running backs in the state. With 389 yards rushing, he ranks 9th right now in all classifications. So pretty impressive stuff from McCord Christiansen.
Yeah, absolutely. And just in all-purpose yards, in just talking about the last game against Springville, he was the only one in those triple digits there at 252 for the Mustangs. So, yeah, this Crimson Cliffs team is really turning around from where they were in the first game of the season. They're slowly and progressively getting better. Yeah, they're still a 1-2 team. They had 2 losses to start the season. They got that first win against Springville just last week, and they are on their way to just becoming a better team. Ryder Sherritt, the senior quarterback, who, again, this is his first year behind center as a starter.
Yeah.
And that's tough shoes to fill when you come off of a season where you're winning the state championship last year behind a quarterback like Still Barbin, right, who was one of the top quarterbacks in the state in 4A and obviously helped lead this Crimson Cliffs team to a championship last year. So Ryder Sherritt has some big shoes to fill here. Last week, 2 touchdowns. He did have 1 interception, but a QBR of 77.8. That's admirable. You'll take that. Yeah,
you'll take that, absolutely. And Ryder, like you're saying, replacing a Crimson Cliffs legend, let's just call him. 40 touchdowns last season for Steele Barbin. Won a state championship, was electric offensively all season long, points per game. So I'm just seeing how Ryder fills that role and steps in and continues to progress throughout the season, get better and better towards the playoffs.
Absolutely. Crimson Cliffs team getting ready to take the field here shortly as the music picks up, and we see Cedar is already taking the sideline over there on the far side of the field. I want to thank some of our other great sponsors here in tonight's ball game. We have Intermountain Sports Performance, where there's no offseason. You can get sports-specific training at Intermountain Sports Performance with locations from Logan to St. George. Intercap Lending as well. Contact Scoot Gibson. He's got a loan for you with competitive rates. Give him a call, 435-619-8080. And make sure to contact the rink for your next event, whether that's a birthday party or you just want to go hit up the free skate. Visit them at skatetherink.com. Some of our great sponsors bringing you your action here tonight, getting ready for those Crimson Cliffs Mustangs to burst through the tunnel. And again, just going over some of our pregame coverage here. We talked about earlier, you had made mention to it, that Crimson Cliffs is favored in this one somewhat heavily. One thing we alluded to in our show earlier today was that we don't know if it's going to be that close as predicted, right? We feel like this Cedar team is riding a big high right now coming off that game against Canyon View. They're different than they were last season, and honestly, Crimson is as well.
Yeah.
And those differences mean that they're a little more closer matched up than they've been before.
And here come the Mustangs as we're starting to, the crowd's revving up, and we're about close to game time, Caden. 3:41 on the big clock, and there's just a lot of change at Crimson this year, and so many replacing of the starters offensively, defensively. But, we're going to see a battle tonight between 2 teams looking to get better and progress in the region season.
Absolutely, for sure. We're excited to see what this team brings, and our first game here from Crimson Cliffs High School. First game of the Region 9 official Region 9 season, where we get Southern Utah teams taking each other on here. Cedar coming down I-15, and here comes the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs taking the field as we inch closer to kickoff here on the Fan Sports Network inside of our Boulevard Home game of the week. As we are getting ready, once we have that national anthem, we'll get to coin toss, we'll get to keys to the game, and so much more, all going to be headed your way here shortly. Crimson Cliffs in those red and white uniforms with Cedar in the whites across the way there. So as we inch closer to kickoff. We will step aside, break for the national anthem, and more. We'll be back with the coin toss and keys to the game here on the Fan Sports Network.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Welcome to the Back Nine. We bring the world's best courses to you. Elevate your game at any time with 24/7 access to top-tier golf technology and expert PGA instructors available. Back Nine Golf is a place to improve your swing for all ages. Join us today.
Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab is open daily for free family fun. Take a tour, volunteer, hike a trail, or bring home a new best friend. Visit Best Friends today for magical memories that'll last forever.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find the one thing that could make all the difference. A helpful face? Now that's something to consider. Everything your local Bucks A stands for is written on our faces. Welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. When you're in need of a helpful face, visit one of our 3 Southern Utah locations.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
Your child's sports journey starts with the City of St. George Recreation. From their first steps on the court or field to becoming a star player, our youth sports programs are here to develop talents and teamwork skills. So get out and play. Check out all the sports and get signed up at sgcityrec.org.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in Southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
Huge news! Sport Court has a brand new showroom and design center, and it's next level. See why so many are choosing Sport Court here in Southern Utah for top quality basketball, pickleball, and multi-purpose courts. Learn more at sportcourtofsouthernutah.com.
Remember when Down East was all scratch and dent furniture? Your go-to for dorm rooms, kids' rooms, and first homes? Well, the times have changed, and Down East has changed with you. Down East is proud to offer our beautiful collection of high-quality furniture designed to elevate your space and make a statement. From stylish sofas and dining tables to cozy bedroom collections. If you're starting fresh or looking to upgrade, Down East has everything you need to create the home you'll love.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in Southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
Red Rock Real Estate has over 200 professional realtors in the St. George area that specialize in the local market. Whether you're buying your dream home, looking for an investment property, or want to sell your home for the highest amount, the Red Rock Real Estate team is here to assist you. Get started now by visiting redrockrealestate.com.
Hey St. George, this is Brian. I'm the new owner of your local Everbowl. Looking for a delicious, nutritious meal? Come to Everbowl. Our acai bowls are packed with superfoods to fuel your day. And it's where Region 9 sports fans fuel up.
Scooter's Coffee and Hurricane is the best way to start your day or get you through your day. From breakfast sandwiches to cinnamon rolls to amazing smoothies and, of course, coffee. Anytime is a good time to sip and smile Scooter's Coffee. Open 7 days a week.
When it comes to your child's teeth, Dr. Cody and his experienced staff at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry are game changers. So when it comes to checkups, a toothache, or any problem with your kid's teeth, call experienced veteran Dr. Cody Johnson at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, 628-0511.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Hello? Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Today's game is brought to you by Boulevard Home, Wilkinson's House of Lighting, Coral Canyon Golf Course, and City of St. George Recreation. Well, we welcome you back into the broadcast here inside your Boulevard Home Game of the Week on the Fan Sports Network. It's Crimson Cliffs Mustangs hosting the Cedar Reds here tonight. Caden Formaster, Paul Ratliff, we're bringing you this game on the fansportsnetwork.com and on the Fan Sports Network YouTube page. We want to thank you guys for joining us and tuning into the broadcast here this evening. Getting ready for the coin toss coming up. Paul, let's hop in to our keys to the game brought to you by Everbowl.
Yeah, for Cedar, it's going to be fast-paced football. They're at their best when they're getting their skilled players involved in space. That's whenever they're at their most potent offensively. Limit the run of Crimson Cliffs. They're going to try and pound McCord Christiansen. He just came off a massive game last week, so you're going to have to contain him and hold the line. You know, the trench warfare that's going to take place between these two teams, they're going to have to hold their own against Crimson, who normally has a good front, and this year is no different.
Yeah, and for Crimson Cliffs, you know, they hang their hat on defense. They've always done that, especially since the introduction of Coach Wayne Alofopo into the program. And so holding your hat on that stout defense is going to be important there. For Crimson Cliffs as well, it's just gaining momentum and keeping that momentum. They've always been a momentum team. So for them, it's just making sure that the ball is in the hands of the offense. And then, as always, it's your go-to guy, McCord Christiansen. If you can get him running and get him out in some open space, create some blocks and some space for him to run, then you could have a lot of success in this Crimson Cliffs offense if you get McCord Christiansen running downhill.
I agree.
Those are your keys to the game. Brought to you again by Everbowl. Everbowl, go check them out. They're over there by Chick-fil-A off of River Road. And if you haven't had a chance to go try Everbowl, go get one of their acai bowls. It's power food, man. It's good stuff.
Incredible.
It's good stuff.
Never had acai.
You never have,
I have
huh?
to have it. What does it taste like? Give me a comp. Like what's something that you would?
Here's the thing. It's like fruit and yogurt kind of. I don't know how to explain it. You just have to try it.
You gotta try
It's
it.
good. It's fresh.
Gotta
makes
get to
you feel
Everbowl.
good.
Yeah.
Gotta get on over to Everbowl. Absolutely. So all of that as our keys to the game. Still waiting there on the official word of the coin toss. They're taking their time as they now will split up here. Put Crimson Cliffs there on the south side. They win and they will defer. So Cedar will get the ball and they will receive to start off, and Crimson Cliffs will defer to the second half. So Crimson Cliffs will be working from south to north, Cedar working from north to south. Sun will dip down here in probably about the next 45 minutes or so, give them a shaded playing field. Right now they get a little shade from the press box and the stands here, which, by the way, these are some of the most impressive stands in high school football I've seen in southern Utah.
Absolutely. And we're also going to quick heat check here as we got the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs with the red helmet, red top, white pant look, and the Cedar Reds with the gold helmet, all white look, white top, white bottoms. So a little bit of a cool look and easy to distinguish numbers. I must point that out, as we've seen some harder uniforms in the earlier season, but both these teams, easy distinguishable numbers makes it easy for us up here, buddy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, well, as we get ready here and kickoff coming shortly, number 3 Calder Pace out there for the Mustangs to get ready to kick this one off. The atmosphere at Crimson Cliffs High School for high school football is unlike anything else.
Yeah.
The fans are all wearing their red. They're still pouring in here to the stadium, and we've got ourselves a great ball game headed your way on the Fan Sports Network. 12 minutes on the clock, kickoff underway, going back, and picked up around the 3-yard line. Brought out past the 15 with a little extra room, taken down to the 20. Caleb Pauly.
And he's out the chute, and he's one of their leading rushers, obviously the leading rusher for him, averaging 147 yards per game. And he's going to be the focal point of this offense, one of the few super talented running backs in this region, and he's taken it by storm in the early part of this season. So let's see if Caleb Pauly, the 5'8", 170-pound water bug running back, can keep it going this early on in the season.
See what they do here on 1st and 10. Ball snaps away, handoff up the middle, gain of 6.
Productive first play. The road grading nature of number 57 for the Cedar Reds, that's James York, doing a really good job on the inside at the guard position, just plowing through that Crimson 3-man front, and that was a great first down game.
Split receivers. 2 up top of your screen, 2 on the bottom. Snap is away. Kelling to pass up the middle.
Ooh.
Has his guy in hit immediately. Crew Giles.
Looks like number 34 McKay right there laying the boom, as he's a guy that's going to do that early and often in this game. Leads the team 4th in the state of Utah in tackles at 37 through 3 games. The guy's just a ball magnet. He is always around the football.
Well, it was enough for a Fabulous Freddy's first down, so they moved the chains and needed 4, got 5. They're on 31. In motion goes Martin. Snap was away. Play action up the middle. Has him again. Goes to the same target, Crew Giles, who again immediately wrapped up, but it's 11 yards, enough for the first down.
Crew Giles averaging 95 yards receiving through the first 3 games. He is a guy that can find the pockets in the zone, stretch you deep. He can run the full route tree, and he's showing it early here.
Reds are already marching here with just a minute and a half gone by, and they've already gone 22 yards. Trips near side. Crane goes in motion. Kelling to pass. Has his guy, Ovison. Goes out of bounds at the 50 for a gain of 8.
This Cedar offense has looked extremely productive early on. Everett Kelling getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Now we see them go a little tempo right up to the line to try and catch Crimson a little off guard, but the ball exchange from referee to referee slows it up a little bit, but they're on the ball ready to go here, Cade.
Yeah, they give him 9 yards on that. 2nd and 1. Kelling again up top, wide open receiver. Pushes forward, easy first down to the 34-yard line.
And that's the tight end, number 1, Brent Martin, 6'2", 200-pound junior. And he showed all of that frame and size there as he just got some open space and made the play and up the field for the quick first down. And this Cedar offense humming along early.
Kelling in the gun. Whistle blown, flag out.
See who it's on here. Offsides.
Encroachment on the defense.
Yeah. It's been the dream first drive for Cedar. Absolutely. Just mowing down the field. First 15 scripted plays, we always hear about that in football. The script looks great so far.
Yeah, they've marched well into Mustang territory here. Kelling takes the snap, takes the handoff. Not a lot of room to run up the middle. Still finding ways to push through the gap. Gets down to the 25-yard line. 4-yard gain there on the play.
Yeah, and it was a great effort again by that offensive line. I'm going to spotlight number 66, Max Gines, the junior. He just provided a great block up the middle there and kept mowing along for Pauly to keep churning those legs for nearly another first down.
And Noah Parker as well kind of got a late block there towards the end to create a little extra space here on 2nd and 1. Snaps away, another handoff, wrapped up in the backfield and taken down. That's number 50, Case and Cuff.
And I just don't know that you needed that play there with the disguising of the jet sweep and kind of the long, drawn-out. Could have just kind of shoved it up the middle, I think, with your running game with Pauly there. But they decide not to and brings up a 3rd and short here.
So on 3rd down, Kelling takes a snap. Keeps it himself. Does he get a yard? He gets enough.
He got it. He's going to move those chains. And what a great decision there by Everett Kelling to pull it, as the rush, as we see on the Holbrook Asphalt replay, was on the running back, Caleb Pauly, and he just pulled that ball out successfully and went around the end for the quick 1st down. And this Cedar drive looking extremely promising. You got to think 7 here. A 3 would be a disappointment at this point with how great that this drive has been constructed from start to finish here.
Well, and they're just not seeing 3rd downs. That 3rd down was rare on this drive.
And it was a 3rd and short.
Exactly. And we go here again, 1st and 10. Snap away, Kelling to pass. Has an open receiver, got him. Takes it all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Man.
What a play there by the Cedar Reds. And that was number 3, Crew Giles.
Crew has been an integral part of this offense early in the season, early in this game, as he just beats his man on the comeback route, comes all the way back for it, makes the secure catch, and sets up a 1st and goal situation for the Reds.
So here we go, 1st and goal from the 5. Snaps away, taking it out to the corner, pushing forward. Caleb Pauly gets it down to
about the half-yard line.
Yeah, maybe.
About the 1, maybe. 2.
They'll put him down at the 2.
You're right. It looked a little closer than an initial first glance, but that's 2nd effort. But he's at the 2, marked down, 2nd and goal. And it looks like we got a flag down for a false start, so that's going to move the Reds back. Repeat 2nd and goal, but that's going to move them back. It changes the play here, obviously. And Kelling looks to the sideline for guidance from 1st-year head coach Ty Hyatt, who's done such a great job early on in this season, commanding the Reds to a 2-1 record.
And here they go on 2nd down. Snaps away, hands it off. It's Pauly, gets it back down to about the 5.
That's just hard running there, as this offensive line has been extremely impressive on this 1st drive. I've spotlighted them on a couple plays, but that wasn't their best play, but it still was a productive play. No negative plays, I feel like, this entire drive. No losses, no gains. Like, almost everything has been positive, and that's a big part is due to this offensive line digging in and moving bodies, and Crimson having a tough time defending the run right now.
So here we go, 3rd down. Snaps away, Kelling's looking to pass. He's got time, he's got an open space, he's gonna take it himself, pushes forward, takes a big hit from McKay Wright down at the 2-yard line.
And that's a man's run and a man's tackle, as Everett Kelling didn't see anybody open in the end zone, and just decided to see what he could get by himself. As we look at the Holbrook Asphalt replay, everybody's covered up. I mean, there's nobody to throw to there. McKay Wright makes the sure tackle, and that brings up the money down here for the Reds.
Yeah, 4th and goal.
But they got to think 7 here. That's what I would think. Yeah, you get this close, this could be a huge momentum swing one way or the other. Then we got a timeout
Timeout taken. All right, well, with that timeout, we'll take a quick one ourselves as well. 4:29 left to go. Reds looking to punch it in here on the Fan Sports Network.
You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find the one thing that can make all the difference. A helpful face? Now that's something to consider. Everything your local Bucks A stands for is written on our faces. Welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. When you're in need of a helpful face, visit one of our 3 Southern Utah locations.
At Great Harvest, we believe in crafting more than just bread. We provide crisp, garden-fresh salads and savory sandwiches. Everything from garden-fresh ingredients to our signature handcrafted bread. Our friendly staff will guide you to find a meal that will leave you craving seconds. At Great Harvest, we truly provide something for everyone. And don't forget our baked goods. Satisfy your sweet tooth and finish your meal with a brownie or cinnamon roll. Come visit us at Great Harvest.
Back at it here. Cedar looking to punch it in. Again, this is a 4th down and goal from the 2-yard line. Rolling out to the near side. Gets some blocks. Nowhere to go with it. Pressure coming. Ball's away. It's caught, but he's going to be short.
Wow. Incredible improv there by Kelling, but just not a lot of space to work with. And I just don't know that a rollout with 2 guys in the flat. I mean, they had the guys extending into the open space where Kelling was rolling, but just didn't love the play design there from Cedar. And that's a huge gut punch after going on that long of a drive, 13-play drive to amount to no points is a huge gut punch.
Yeah, it really is. So we reset. Crimson takes over.
And
so McCord Christiansen there takes it.
Oh, McCord Christiansen, yeah. And he had obviously a massive game last night. He's got a massive start to the season, ninth in all classifications of Utah, 389 yards rushing.
And keeping himself as Sherrod, and he gets enough for the first down. And we'll move those chains. Fabulous Freddy's first down there for the Mustangs.
And this is one of my big points about this game. It's my first Crimson game and first Cedar game of the season. Wanting to see the new quarterback in Crimson after Steele Barban obviously had the historic season last year, 40-plus touchdowns. Let's see what Ryder can do in his first year starting at Crimson.
And whistles away. Let's see what the stoppage was here. We got a Cedar player on the ground as well.
Trying to get the number. So we got a flag down as well, right?
And I don't know if it was a flag or if they just had a. They did. There you go. False start on the offense. So it'll push it back a little bit. Well, while they treat this Cedar player, again, we don't have a number for you right now, but 3:30 left to play here in the first, scoreless, after Cedar marches about 78 yards and just not enough to punch it in.
Yeah. The play design, I think, on the goal line, it was a good concept to get your guys in the flat with a rolling quarterback, potentially have at least one guy open to make the throw, but Crimson just strung out the play beautifully, had guys following Kelling every step of the way, made it super tough to get off a good pass with his feet set. So good stop, Crimson, but still very good drive by the Cedar Reds. 13 plays, almost 8 minutes of game time consumed while they had the ball, and pretty productive drive that didn't end in points, as weird as that is to say, but still a productive drive and a good sign that they can hang in this game and maybe string together some good drives.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got to convert for points, though, at the end of them, though. That's the key.
Right. That looks like number 30, Jackson McNett, who was down and walking off the field under his own power. So we go 1st and 15 after the penalty flag pushes the Mustangs back. Sherritt scrambles out to the far side. He's taken down by Jaden Orr.
Yeah, what a tackle there as Ryder Sherritt kind of getting outside the pocket, looking for options downfield, sees nothing, tucks it and runs, and there's just nowhere to go. The real estate gobbled up quickly, and the offensive line of Crimson, I was lauding how good it was for the Cedar Reds in the first possession. It's been a little shaky to start for Crimson.
On 2nd and 15. Snaps away. Sherritt's going to pass. He's going to the far side, and he's got his man. That's number 4, Malachi Alofapo.
Malachi, the leading receiver for the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs, averaging over 90 yards per game. He's a rangy, tall receiver, picking up Division I offers left and right. He's a guy that's going to play on Saturdays, and he's a special player, and he showed it there.
Go handoff. Pushing forward, creates some space, gets tripped up, but enough for a first down, stretching past the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that's McCord Christiansen as he keeps on churning those legs, and he does not want to go down easily, and it's been a formidable fight between him and just breaking into that second level. But once he gets there, he's lethal.
Starting from the 39, another handoff. Christiansen again for 7.
Then he bursts into the second level once again. And if he can get through the line easily, that's the thing. We talked about the trench. Hold the line was a Team D auto key to the game for the Cedar Reds. And they need to continue to hold the line here as it looks as if Crimson's starting to dig in a bit.
2nd and 3 for the Mustangs. Sherritt takes a snap. He's dropping a pass up the middle. Nobody home as he sends it right down the middle of the field.
Yeah, it looked like a miscommunication there between Ryder Sherritt and his receivers as nobody in the general area and nobody really even close could have potentially taken one of the shorter routes there. It looked as if he had some guys open underneath, but decided to elect for the long ball, and it comes up empty. But still 3rd and 3 here and a chance to pick up a first down and keep this drive rolling.
Snaps away. Sherritt again to pass. Goes up the middle. Caught in the pocket there and enough for a first down. It's Boston Barrow.
Yeah, Boston Barrow, another newcomer to the starting lineup for the Mustangs, and showed his sure hands there as contested like a tight window with a lot of defenders around him, made the play.
Another run up the middle, tripped up and taken down after a gain of about 5 for the Mustangs.
Christiansen looks as if he's picking up just where he left off last week, and Crimson now going to go fast and up the tempo here.
Yeah, fast-paced football here for the Mustangs. Snaps away. Sherritt again to hand off, and it's Christiansen gaining 3. It'll be 3rd and 2.
And we've seen Ryder Sherritt make a couple big throws already. That 2nd and 15 ball that he put right on the sideline to Malachi Alofapo. He's also made a couple big throws later in this drive. Let's see if they elect to take a shot here.
And jumping off sides there. Looks like that's going to go against Maddox Persons. Or excuse me, Dax Winkier.
That hurts. It's going to give him a free first down. Now Ryder Sherritt looks to be under control, managing the game really well in this first drive here.
So fresh set of downs for the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs. Sherritt will pass. Gets it over to Jackson Holt. Gain of about 5.
Second and 4 now, so 2nd and manageable. Another time I would think potentially a shot here. You've got, if you miss it, you've still got a 3rd and short, 3rd and manageable.
Keeping it himself and pushes it up to the 25. That'll leave him with only 2 yards left to go.
And that was a keeper that I thought maybe he should have handed off there, but elected to keep it and pull it and take the yardage. Brings up a 3rd and about 2 here for the Mustangs as they're trying to be the first score of this game. Christiansen up the middle.
Yeah, pushes it in for another first down. And another big game for Christiansen.
Yeah. He's really picking up steam from week to week. Could be a guy that's in the top 3 in all classifications rushing yards by the end of the year. It's just such a involved part of this Crimson offense this year with so many departures via graduation. He is kind of that lone guy from last year that is carrying the torch for him.
Now the offense was in a hurry-up mode for a while there, but now taking their time here to get one last play before the end of the first. Share it with plenty of time, gets it off, has the receiver past the 5, plenty of room, it's in. Touchdown, Crimson Cliffs.
And the Mustangs on the board now first, as it looks like number 9, Maddox Alofapo in the end zone. As both the Alofapo receivers, very lethal, very, very talented guys, and we find the end zone there. But one of the underrated parts about that play, if we could see the replay one more time, it showed McCord Christiansen just totally taking out a rusher for the Cedar Reds, just a total pancake block. Beautiful play.
And the extra point is good. So Crimson Cliffs goes up 7-0 over the Cedar Reds right at the end of the first quarter. When we come back, it is the second quarter, and the Mustangs will be kicking off to the Reds. Reds looking to march back down, get some points on the board this time here on the Fan Sports Network. Don't go anywhere.
Aloha, sports fans. It's Boo and Nick from Honolulu Grill. Come get a taste of the islands. Try our famous Kalua pork or tender teriyaki chicken, and you'll love our mac salad and sweet sauce on your rice. Don't forget to try our original Kava 8 at Honolulu Grill. It's game time.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
At Intermountain Sports Performance, we've been training athletes for over 20 years, and we guarantee your athlete will improve speed, agility, explosive power, and reduce the risk of injury while working with the most qualified and experienced team in Southern Utah. Find us on Instagram at sportsperformance_IH to learn more.
Today's game is brought to you by Appliance Wholesalers Plus, Buck's Ace Hardware, Dealer Collision, and Findlay Subaru.
Back live from Crimson Cliffs High School as the Mustangs, Maddox Alofapo edges across the goal line as we see the Cedar Reds taking the ball out past the 30-yard line. Gets started here with their second drive of the game.
So Cedar will get things rolling here at the 31-yard line.
Yeah.
Much better field position than they had last time. They started at the 20 on their first drive. Got all the way down to the 2. So we're not able to punch it in. Let's see what they can do on this drive here in the second quarter. Kelly takes the snap, passes it off, gets some blocks on the screenplay. It's Crew Giles, and forward progression will give him 3 yards on the gain.
And I like that play. Just try and get the ball to your playmakers in space, as let them dictate what happens after they get the ball. And that was a good defensive recovery by Crimson as they converged on the scene pretty quickly. But still, Crew Giles, such a good player in open space. Just try and feed him the ball, get him targets, get him receptions.
On 2nd and 7. Rolling out is Kelling. Flag is down, multiple flags down. Definitely a holding call there. You could hear it from the fans before the flags flew. You can see it on the end of the replay here, and sure enough, that was McKay Wright who was coming back there. Got held up. So what was 2nd and 7, 2nd and 17 here for the Reds. Snaps away. Kelling looking to pass. Has some time. Goes close with it over to Martin, who gets it down for a short gain of about 5 yards.
Yeah, that was a good play in theory, but just not the execution there. And it's going to bring up a long third down here. Everett Kelling looks cool, calm, and collected on that first drive, but now facing a little bit of adversity here behind the sticks. Let's see what he does.
On third down, snaps away. Receiver's out, he gets sacked. Taken down by Case and Cuff. And that brings up a 4th and long here for the Reds.
Yeah, that was not the play you wanted, as the first drive so impressive, just matriculating down the field, not coming up with any points, but still I thought it was effective. This time the Crimson defense had all the answers, and now the Cedar punting unit on the field.
Snaps away in the punt. Looks like it's going out of bounds. We'll see where they spot it.
Right around
the 30.
Oh, wow.
Where are they putting them at?
Oh, wow.
35?
Moving quite a bit.
Further back,
40.
34, 40? Where are we going? 40.
40. Yep, they're set up at the Cedar 40-yard line, as that punt was kind of a, I didn't see when it went out of bounds. I didn't know it went out that early, as Crimson picking up great field position from that exchange, and up 7-0 already, a chance to add on.
And taking it and tossing it off, a little bit of a lateral there. Not really much to gain there. That's a gutsy play in that position where you don't need to make that play. You're going down. The other guy's not going to get you much more than you're already going to get yourself.
Sure. That was number 9 again, Maddox Alofabo on the receiving end of that one.
So it gives you 2nd and 8. Passing off to the sideline, and that's hauled in by, again, Maddox Alofabo.
Yeah, he's really emerging here. Malachi drawing a lot of the double teams throughout the early parts of this season. Now Maddox taking advantage of some of the openings and the softer coverages against him.
3rd and 5. Looking to pass it again, going for the out to older brother, Malachi Alofabo. And Malachi gets enough to move the chains over to the 30-yard line. Or it should be. They haven't moved. There they go. Now they give him the signal.
And this is the perfect system for a young quarterback in Ryder Sherrod, as the ball's out of his hand within 2 seconds on almost every route. As there's just no pressure in his face. It just seems as if he's totally comfortable back there.
Looking to go deep. Has Alofabo. Bounces off his shoulder pad. Can't haul it in. Wide open pass. Just could not get there.
And right as I say, they hadn't taken many deep shots. They take a deep shot right on cue. And Malachi Alofabo, normally sure-handed. That's a catch he makes 9 times out of 10. Just unable to haul that one in. And now 2nd and long here for the Mustangs.
They go handoff, Christiansen. He has some space, blasts through the defense for 9 yards.
And he's been a constant force tonight, as him, the offensive line, some of those big fellas I want to point out. Number 66, the left tackle for the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs, Caden Wilson, has been a monster out there controlling that right side.
And there's a jump.
It looks as if it's going to be another
go against the defense, yeah. Well, that'll put the ball back down at the 16-yard line and give Crimson the fresh set of downs that they're looking for.
Shared handoff to Christiansen up the middle, and he's breaking a couple tackles, turning the legs, and he's down to about the 11-yard line. They're going quick, Cade.
They are going quick. Second and 5, up the middle. And he has a Loafpo again. Is it a first down? It'll be really close. But I'm seeing a yellow flag down there on the far side, so we got ourselves a flag on the play. Illegal motion against the offense is the call.
And that's on number 8, Boston Barrow picks up that penalty. And that's a big call.
That's a huge call.
Makes it second. It goes from second and manageable to second and pretty tough to handle. With this limited amount of space in the red zone, you always talk about at any level of football how tough it is to score in this region of the field.
Well, snap is away, going to the side again. That was underthrown. It'll bring up third down and 10.
And they've targeted Maddox Alofobo quite a bit on this drive. He's kind of been the money man for the Mustangs early on, as it's been quite the game for him. Maybe not statistically yet. I mean, I know he's cracked the box score quite a bit with catches. Not too many yards yet, but still targeted quite frequently.
Snaps away, going up the middle, thrown behind, diving, nearly getting to it out there as well. Another Crimson receiver. And that was Jackson Holt, who was trying to dive for it off the tip. Check it out here again on the replay. That was kind of crazy play. Intended for Barrow.
And they're going to keep the offense on the field, it looks like, Cade.
Fourth down, you're that far into Cedar territory. You're already up by a score.
Yeah.
They feel like it's necessary. Just go for it on 4th and 10. Out to the side. They're not going to get it. That's a turnover on downs.
What a stop there by the Cedar defense.
Big time stop.
Stay in this game and keep this a tight one through 7-0. And it could have been 14 there as they were looking to get in the end zone once again. But great coverage along the sideline by the Cedar defensive backfield. And now 1st and 10 going the other way and a chance to potentially tie this game up with a nice long drive. Like the first one, Cade, in that 78-yard drive, masterful combination of pass and run. Let's see more of that here from the Reds.
No, it's just good defense in the secondary there to lock up some of those receivers and keep them from opening up those receivers too much. Handoff taken right up the middle, plenty of room. And the Reds begin marching with a fresh set of downs immediately off of a 1st and 10.
Couple score updates that we're getting here, Caden, as Levi Shaw has just thrown a 4-yard touchdown pass to tie the game 7-7 with Desert Hills at 7:17 left in the second quarter. So 7-7 there.
Pineview Desert Hills. Passes away and caught, staying on his feet and pushing forward again. Wow. Crew Giles takes it all the way past the 35-yard line. And is it enough to move the sticks again? It should be.
Crew Giles just pinballed off a defender and kept those feet churning forward and picked up another 4 or 5 yards to move the chains. And this is a drive here for Cedar that's pivotal in this game. I know it's only 7-0, but feels as if that last drive left a bad taste in their mouth. Let's see what they can get going here.
Snaps away, and it's a handoff, but it's swarmed immediately. Defense read that play very well, and it'll be a loss of a yard.
McKay Wright was on the scene pretty quickly there as he squirt through about the A gap there. And number 57 on the Cedar offensive line, that's James York, the guard. I mentioned him earlier for how good he was in space getting into second level, but that time shot through the A gap right beside him there.
On 2nd and 11, Kelling's looking to pass. He gets it upfield to Giles. He gets enough for a first down and plenty more into Mustang territory.
And Crew Giles looks shot out of a cannon. There's a lot of speed on display. And that's the thing. I've been saying it since the opening kickoff. Get the playmakers the ball in open space and good things will happen. A lot of yards after catch there for Crew Giles as he sprints off the field to get a breather.
The Cedar team knows how to march the football. They've done it twice now. Second drive here that they've been able to get the ball down.
Yeah.
Third drive of the evening. The ball at the 47, snaps away, and it's a handoff taken by Pauly, and he'll gain 4.
Okay, right. When people run into him, it's almost always a huge collision. He makes yet another one of his tackles there as he came into the game top 5 in the state in tackles with 37, 27 solo. So he knows what he's doing out there patrolling the middle of the field for the Mustangs.
So here on second down, Everett Kelling takes a snap. It's a handoff. Bouncing off a couple defenders, gets enough for the first down. Peyton Bunker.
And now Cedar again, like the first drive, mixing run and pass very effectively, keeping Crimson off their guard a little bit, not knowing what to zero in on, not knowing when to stack the box. It's just been kind of a helter-skelter defensive possession for Crimson as they're truly off guard right now. They don't know what's coming next.
Martin goes in motion, settles in. Pass off screen play to Giles. Giles is taken down for a loss of 1.
Good form tackle there on the outside perimeter as didn't look like there was potential for much as we look at the Holbrook asphalt replay as even if he gets past that block, there isn't much room as multiple Mustangs converging on the scene. So I think just a good defensive stop there for Crimson Cliffs as they got the screen covered up.
2nd and 11. 3 receivers to the near side of your screen. Kelling sends Martin in motion. It's a handoff taken up the middle. Somehow still on his feet is Pauly, and he's pushing forward for a gain of 7. Maybe they'll give him 8 on that play. We'll see where they end up spotting it, but it is now 3rd and short for the Reds.
Yeah. Just a dominant leg churning effort there. And again, the offensive line starting to dig in again on this drive. As they were kind of all absent last drive. It was a short drive, but now they're on a long, fruitful drive once again. But this one has to end in points. And I think the offensive line going to play a key factor down if this gets inside the 10.
2:45 left to go here in the first half of football. On 3rd and 3. Taking the snap and keeping it himself.
Oh, wow.
Pushing forward, gets the first down and more. Is a good option play there by the Reds because they had them swarmed, and Kelling able to read it and keep it himself, roll out of it. There were 4 Mustangs stacked up against Pauly.
Absolutely, as that was an incredible pull and vision of Kelling to see the open field and all the open space that he could quickly take up, and that moves the sticks from another fruitful drive here, and they're milking a lot of clock, not leaving Crimson much time to do anything offensively to counter.
Taking the snap. Kelling will pass and play action up the middle. Has Giles. Giles bounces off a couple defenders and stays on his feet long enough to push forward to the 10.
Crew has been the constant just security blanket for Everett Kelling in this first half, as he's found him numerous times where kind of on that slant, that open space sitting down, 2 variations of the route, and the option routes. He's had the option to just kind of find space in the middle of those zones and doing a great job at it.
Snaps away, Kelling. A lot of guys coming at him, and he's going to go down for the sack.
And that's one of the first negative plays of the drive, if not maybe the first negative play of the drive, as he finally is sacked and brings up a 2nd and long.
Yeah, they bring in 5 different guys right there for the Mustangs, and second down. Second and goal from the 16. Snaps it away. Looking to pass, going outside. Tipped up. Nearly intercepted there. That's number 35 on the play, Joshua Alvey.
Yeah, he undercut that route beautifully, Alvey did, as it looked as if he had 6 on his mind, but unable to make the play, but still a great deflection, and it brings up a 3rd and 16 where you didn't think that a couple plays ago, before all the sack and misfortune, you thought Cedar was for sure going in, but it's kind of bottling up like the last drive again. Long 3rd down.
And a timeout will be taken. So Cedar takes their second timeout of the half. 31 seconds left to go. We'll keep it right here. Want to thank some of our great local partners that help us bring this game live to you every single week. And one of those being Udy and Associates. For great service and rates on home, auto, or life insurance, you can call Luke Udy today, 435-251-9102. Get a free quote, see how much you can save. With only 31 seconds left to go here, you got 2 possible plays. The thing is, with the amount of time on the clock, you just go for it here on 4th down, or do you go for it and get? Do you go and try to get points and go for a field goal here on 4th?
It's a tough decision at this point in the game because you've had 2 long drives and neither have. Well, this one's not over yet, of course, but I think this one has to result in points of some kind. So I think that they have to maybe think about kicking here, Cade, as going for it on a long 4th down and being unsuccessful, I think would just be a huge momentum swing right before the half that you don't need.
And it's going to be very possible that Cedar could close up this gap right here, and all they need is 2 plays to go 16 yards. They've been doing that.
Yeah, they've been eating away at chunks
but
on the field.
Crimson Cliff's defense has been great.
Yeah.
Once you get inside that red zone against them. So here we go. 3rd down. 3rd and goal from the 16. Snaps away. Pressure coming. Going to be taken down again for another sack and brought down behind the 20-yard line.
Yeah, and that is another play that just shows the offensive line starting to not hold the line like we were talking about in the pregame, as it was 2 sacks on that possession, both just drive killers, as they're going to have a long 4th down here. They might just let it tick down.
They might call that last time out. Yeah, there they go. Last time out taken. And with that final timeout, only 2 seconds left on the clock there. So enough time for one more play. They'll decide what they want to do here. I'm going to say that they're just going to go for it here on 4th down.
It's a long kick.
It'd be a very long field goal. You'd be looking at about a 38-yarder or so right there. Far enough that you definitely would need to consider just going for it.
Taking a shot at the end zone is what you like, huh?
Yeah, why not?
All right. Yeah. Get this game tied up heading into half. I'd be all for that, but.
Well, looks like we lost our camera. Hopefully we can get that back.
Let's see.
Well, until we get the camera back, we'll let you know what's going on down there.
Looks as if they will go for it. You were right, Caden, as takes the snap. Kelling looking, and he's going to rip
to the end zone. Picked off. Bringing it back by the 10, 20, taken out of bounds, so that'll take us to the half. And what a play to not have a camera for. Oh, I apologize for that. We're going to try to get it figured out. I just talked to our camera person up there, and they said that there's an issue with the camera. But with it being halftime, we'll send us into the half. We'll go do some quick groundwork there and see what we can do for you. Maybe it's overheating up there. It's hot out here in St. George. So we'll head to a break. It is 7-0. Crimson Cliffs with the lead right now over the Cedar Reds. And a halftime show coming up after this here on the Fan Sports Network.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Relatives coming to visit, not enough room, or maybe you're looking to host a family reunion and need a house with a pool. Well, Red Rock Vacation Rentals has got you covered. From 2-bedroom condos to 10-bedroom luxury homes, they truly have something for everyone. Plan your perfect getaway or staycation. Visit St. George, Utah, vacationrentals.com.
Aloha, sports fans. It's Boo and Nick from Honolulu Grill. Come get a taste of the islands. Try our famous Kahlua pork or tender teriyaki chicken, and you'll love our mac salad and sweet sauce on your rice. Don't forget to try our original Kava 8 at Honolulu Grill. It's game time.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
At Intermountain Sports Performance, we've been training athletes for over 20 years, and we guarantee your athlete will improve speed, agility, explosive power, and reduce the risk of injury while working with the most qualified and experienced team in Southern Utah. Find us on Instagram at sportsperformance_IH to learn more.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
Your child's sports journey starts with the City of St. George Recreation. From their first steps on the court or field to becoming a star player, our youth sports programs are here to develop talents and teamwork skills. So get out and play. Check out all the sports and get signed up at sgcityrec.org.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in Southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
At Intermountain Sports Performance, we've been training athletes for over 20 years, and we guarantee your athlete will improve speed, agility, explosive power, and reduce the risk of injury while working with the most qualified and experienced team in Southern Utah. Find us on Instagram at sportsperformance_IH to learn more.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
From bold statements to subtle compliments, Wilkinson's House of Lighting will help you more fully enjoy all the different spaces in your home. Stop in and see what's new at Wilkinson's House of Lighting, a proud sponsor of Region 10 Athletics.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Oh, cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Today's game is brought to you by Down East, House of Jump, UD and Associates, and Best Friends Animal Sanctuary.
Okay, here we go. Ready? Back at it, and camera trouble still happening. We'll see what's going on.
Okay.
We'll try to get it. We'll try to get it back connected for you here shortly. Again, we're working on it.
Technical difficulties here, but a good thing it's halftime,
Hey,
right? There we go.
There we
Yeah,
are. I just
there
had to
it is.
unplug and plug something back in. We got our
Beautiful.
camera back working, but technical difficulties. What's high school football without a few technical difficulties at times, right?
Yeah.
Well, welcome back in. 7-0 right now. Crimson Cliffs leading here at the half. A defensive battle, but listen, I say that, but here's the thing: it is kind of an offensive ball game in some ways as well, because the offenses are still finding a way to move the ball. Cedar's got it within the red zone twice tonight.
Yeah, they've had two very impressive drives, and they just have not amounted to anything because Crimson Cliffs is a bend, don't break defense, at least tonight, as they've shown
the propensity to allow some yards between the 20s, but when it comes time to make a play and it comes time to clamp down, they make that play. So pretty impressive stuff from Crimson, being able to thwart these two super impressive Cedar drives that I thought were going to amount in points, but it didn't work out that way. But it's still just 7-0 on that scoreboard up there, Caden. This is a game that Cedar's very much still in.
Absolutely, yeah, they are very much still in this. Now remember, coming out of the halftime break, Crimson Cliffs will receive the ball, so they will have a chance to march back down. Now, Crimson Cliffs was stopped on a 4th down where they had a chance to convert and could not convert it. On that same drive, there was a shot to the end zone that went off the shoulder pad of Malachi Alofopo. He could have brought that in, made this game 14-0. But again, just a couple of mistakes there by Crimson Cliffs, and it's now, again, a very reachable ball game for the Cedar Reds.
Yeah, absolutely. The Cedar's got a chance, not more than a puncher's chance in this one. They've got a legitimate shot to compete and swing this game their way if they can just come out of the half and look fiery and be spunky like we talked about in the pregame. The offense has shown the ability between the 20s, like I was talking about, to move it pretty easily, to get down the field with ease, but when it comes down to the red zone, that's when the Red Kingdom gets loud, the fans start get going, the players know that their backs are against the wall and they need to get a stop, and they've got McKay right. And he's been a guy that's made a few stops and been on a couple of those sacks on that last possession. And they've just got so many players that make impact plays in big situations, because this is a great coaching staff for Crimson Cliffs. I think that Coach Alofopo does one of the best jobs in the region, if not the state. And Ty Hyatt, an underrated guy, getting this Cedar team already 2-1 in his first year. It's been a great coaching matchup, a chess match, if you will, Caden. So we're streaming right along in halftime, 9 minutes to go, but I cannot wait till we get back to the action, because this one has been super fun, super engaging, and I just cannot wait for the second half.
I can't wait for the second half either. We've got a lot of game ahead of us for sure coming our way. I mean, with that said, bright spots looking forward here for this. Let's go for Cedar right now. Talking about them here in our halftime show, brought to you by Great Harvest Bread Company. Cedar has some really good players out there. Crew Giles, for one, who's been super impressive on the receiving end of the ball.
Yeah, Crew Giles in space on the slant routes, the out routes, the little stuff in the flat. He's turned up just about everything. I'd love to see his, I know we don't have the stats, but his average per play yardage has got to be somewhere around 7-8 yards, because it just seems as if every time he touches the ball, he's moving forward fast. So pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. See if we can maybe get a clip here. Here we go. Crew Giles clip from earlier where, again, he's just finding ways to go in, catch the ball, and he's bringing in some energy right now for this Reds team.
Yeah, he's brought the fire, the intensity tonight. Paulie's done a great job running between the tackles and getting upfield as well. So it's been an exhibition by Cedar between the 20s. They just need to be able to push it in, get points on the board, because Crimson, a team that plays well when they've got the lead, but if you give them a little adversity, see how they respond, and they'll have to punch back. But, Crimson getting the ball first out of the second half, they deferred the toss at the coin toss for the second half, so they're going to get the ball here first, and I think it's imperative that Cedar gets a stop and is able to keep Crimson off the scoreboard even more. So, a stop is paramount right here for Cedar coming out of the half. If I had to do a key to the game right now for the second half, it would be you have to get a stop. Cannot allow points, because this just seems like a lower scoring slugfest type game where 14-0, 14-7, that could be the outcome, but yeah. Cedar's got to start pounding across the goal line, hitting pay dirt.
They do. They've got to get it across. They've got to start pushing it through. And Crimson, looking at what they have, they're really opening up both sides of the game right now. And we thought this is a team that likes to run the ball, but they are opening up the passing game a lot more than we've seen from them so far this season. McCourt Christiansen has been reliable, but they haven't needed to use him as much.
Yeah, he hasn't been as big of a part of the offense tonight. Still a big part of it, but not as much as last week when he was the featured guy throughout the entire game. Tonight, been a little more of a ancillary piece, a supporting cast member, as both the Alofopo brothers, the receivers, have been involved. Barrow as well has been involved. So they've got quite a few guys going, and let's just see if they can. I mean, we've talked about Cedar not converting drives, but Crimson only 7 points through a half a play, so not their general output. As you know, we saw them score 34 against Springville last week. So this is just showing how good this Cedar defense is.
Yeah, they are. They're really putting up some great effort here tonight, and I'm really enjoying seeing what the defense has been able to do. Again, once these offenses are getting into that Red Rock Real Estate red zone, the defenses are stepping up, and that's what I really personally like to see, is a little extra effort with your back against the wall, and we're starting to see that from both these teams here this evening. With that said, let's step aside, shall we? Take a quick break here inside of our halftime show. We got more coverage coming up. When we get back, we'll talk about the scores from across the region and so much more. Stick around here on the Fan Sports Network.
At Great Harvest, we believe in crafting more than just bread. We provide crisp, garden-fresh salads and savory sandwiches. Everything from garden-fresh ingredients to our signature handcrafted bread. Our friendly staff will guide you to find a meal that will leave you craving seconds. At Great Harvest, we truly provide something for everyone. And don't forget our baked goods. Satisfy your sweet tooth and finish your meal with a brownie or cinnamon roll. Come visit us at Great Harvest.
Hi, I'm Jermaine O'Jegman from The Rink, and I'm inviting you to come out and skate The Rink. The Rink is the hot spot in town for big group events and kid birthday parties. We now have a karaoke room and retro skate night every Friday night. Visit skatetherink.com to learn more and let the good times roll at The Rink.
Remember when Down East was all scratch and dent furniture, your go-to for dorm rooms, kids' rooms, and first homes? Well, the times have changed and Down East has changed with you. Down East is proud to offer our beautiful collection of high-quality furniture designed to elevate your space and make a statement. From stylish sofas and dining tables to cozy bedroom collections. If you're starting fresh or looking to upgrade, Down East has everything you need to create the home you'll love.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course, inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
Your child's sports journey starts with the City of St. George Recreation. From their first steps on the court or field to becoming a star player, our youth sports programs are here to develop talents and teamwork skills. So get out and play. Check out all the sports and get signed up at sgcityrec.org.
Welcome to the Back Nine. We bring the world's best courses to you. Elevate your game at any time with 24/7 access to top-tier golf technology and expert PGA instructors available. Back Nine Golf is a place to improve your swing for all ages. Join us today.
Today's game is brought to you by Everbowl, Back Nine Golf, Fabulous Freddy's, and Great Harvest Bread Company.
Back at it here on the Fan Sports Network, halftime. Crimson Cliffs High School up over Cedar 7-0. Quick score updates from across the region as well. Region scoreboard is live and well tonight. We have Hurricane up over Dixie right now, 14-7.
Yeah, I thought that was predictable. As I think I said on from the bleachers, I thought Hurricane was going to win that game. As Dylan Gabriel, I did the first game of his season, the Mountain Crest game, and he looked super impressive. I know they lost 35-20, but they were able to beat Hillcrest last week in resounding fashion. Dixie kind of in a little bit of a tailspin in terms of Coach Monker's career. I mean, to start 0-3, that's a tough start for him. I know he'll have this team playing much better by the end of the year, but they're locked in a barn burner right now with the Hurricane Tigers, and that a few years ago wouldn't be something you would say, but that's the impact of Jerry Cowan and the changes that he's made at Hurricane.
Yeah, you definitely see some good progress happening out there in Hurricane. And, for Dixie to be down right now 14-7, heading into, you're getting closer to half. Actually, Hurricane goes up 21-7 now. McRoberts runs one in with 3:18 left to go in the second. So Hurricane up big right now over Dixie.
Like that. Like to hear that. As I've for all the tough years, I've been covering Region 9 for about 7, 8 years now, and Hurricane been down for the majority of that time, but I really do like seeing teams rise out of the depths sometimes and get the program going in the right direction and become competitive again. And looks as if Hurricane's really, the tide is changing out there in H-Town.
Yeah, it does feel that way, and I like seeing that. I like seeing that they're pushing the program forward into a really good spot, and I do hope that that they continue to do so. I want to see them continue to get better and better and better, and I'm hoping this might be their year.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you on that.
Well, we'll see what continues to happen. Cedar now out there they're getting ready and stretched out, ready to go into the second half. Looking for any more score updates. Pineview and Desert Hills. Have you seen any updates from over there?
I'm looking for that here, as trying to get an update from them. But last I've seen, 21-7 headed into the first half. So.
Yeah, 21-14 actually is what I'm seeing right now. Is looks like Pineview just barely got on the board.
Oh, okay, awesome. So a competitive game out there at Thunder Field.
Yeah, we like to see that. A little competition is always nice. Still haven't heard any updates from the Snow Canyon game out there in Las Vegas against Centennial, but if we do hear anything, of course, we will let you know as soon as we possibly could. But until then, we hang out here at Crimson Cliffs High School, 7-0. We'll take a final break. When we come back, it's the end of the halftime show, going into the third quarter on the Fan Sports Network. Stick around.
When it comes to your child's teeth, Dr. Cody and his experienced staff at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry are game changers. So when it comes to checkups, a toothache, or any problem with your kid's teeth, call experienced veteran Dr. Cody Johnson at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, 628-0511. Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out, with 2 Southern Utah locations, as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
Aloha, sports fans. It's Boo and Nick from Honolulu Grill. Come get a taste of the islands. Try our famous Kahlua pork or tender teriyaki chicken, and you'll love our mac salad and sweet sauce on your rice. Don't forget to try our original Kava 8 at Honolulu Grill. It's game time.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Scooter's Coffee and Hurricane is the best way to start your day or get you through your day. From breakfast sandwiches to cinnamon rolls to amazing smoothies and, of course, coffee, anytime is a good time to sip and smile. Scooter's Coffee, open 7 days a week.
Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab is open daily for free family fun. Take a tour, volunteer, hike a trail, or bring home a new best friend. Visit Best Friends today for magical memories that'll last forever.
Today's game is brought to you by Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, Sport Court, Scooter's Coffee, and Holbrook Asphalt.
Welcome back in, everybody. 7-0. Crimson Cliffs leads right now at halftime over the Cedar Reds, closing up the halftime show here on the Fan Sports Network. Third quarter coming up shortly. I want to give a shout out to all of our great sponsors who have made this game what it is and are bringing us Region 9 athletics all season long. And today it's brought to you by Great Harvest Bread Company. So go check out Great Harvest. They got 2 locations here in St. George.
Love it. As the clock is ticked down, and now the Reds on the field with the kickoff team ready to go, and Anticipating a big second half here, Caden, as both offenses a little stoic to start, a little slow moving, but we saw some good drives. There was a lot of yardage picked up by both teams, but just not a lot of points scored. Let's see if we get some more points in this second half.
Yeah, that's what we want to see, right? We just want to see a
few points on the board. Never hurt anybody, right?
Yeah, that's right. Listen, we've got some other games going on with lots of scoring, and part of that means that we're looking for that Holbrook Asphalt big score dessert.
Yeah.
As the Reds are now kicking off and losing it. Ball on the ground, picked up at the 2. Trying to run out with it, looking towards the goal line. He might get taken down for safety just outside. Wow, at the 1-yard line.
Incredible play there by the Reds, bottling him up and not allowing him to get outside, as just kept trying to work his way around. Just should have just called it done there, but gone down, but kept.
Not looking around here with at the 1-yard line. Let's see what they can do. And pushing it forward just right back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
so not a lot of room to run there.
Going to get another shot to try and get a safety here. Send blitzers, send the house, try and get 2 points in the ball back. Be a great way to get on the board here in the second half to really start this second half with a bang if you're Cedar.
And they push forward and really no room to run here. This Cedar defense is really giving them some trouble. They only push forward for 2.
Really gritting their teeth up front there, as that was the key to the game. One of the keys for Cedar, hold the line, and they are holding it right now. One of the most tough spots to do it in, and now they're going to throw.
And there's, again, just nowhere to go. So 4th down, just like that, quick 3 and out.
That was exactly what the Reds needed. I said it during the halftime show. They needed a quick stop to get the ball back, and they get exactly what they needed. And it was aided a little bit by that miscue by the Crimson Cliff Mustangs on the return, but still, incredible turn of events for the Reds, because they're going to get set up with prime real estate.
And it is picked up around the 40, pushing forward past the 30, down to the 20, and still going forward down to the 15-yard line. Great return there by the Reds.
Electric, as this is starting to take shape exactly how the Reds wanted to start the second half, as incredible defensive stand partnered with a great return to set up the offense inside the 35. Now you've got a good opportunity inside the 25, I'm sorry.
So on 1st down. From the 15, Cedar in great territory here to get things started on their first drive of the half. Looking to pass, going to the corner. Not enough there. Incomplete, it'll be 2nd down.
Good coverage there, bump and run all the way and keeping up with the receiver. And I like that from Kelling. Just throw it out there, give your guy an opportunity to make a play on the ball, but it just wasn't quite there. But still, better than taking a sack or a throwaway. Give your guy that opportunity. And those 50-50 balls, receivers love them. Coaches probably hate them, but that was a 50-50 ball in every sense of the word, just unable to make the play.
So here we go on 2nd and 10. Snaps away, handoff, taking it up the middle. A lot of space. He's in. Touchdown.
That is Pauly with a burst as he finds the way behind that huge offensive line as they start road grading here. And we'll see on the Holbrook Asphalt replay as that just a burst up the middle, but the blocks for number 66, I'm going to keep saying his name for the Cedar Reds. Max Gines did a great job out there clearing the way, the 6'3", 220 tackle, the junior. And missing somebody, it looks like Cedar is on the special teams formation for the kick. but he's going to sprint on the field.
Filling up the hole real quick.
Time.
You got to go. There it is. And it is good. Ties us up here. Cedar 7, Crimson Cliff 7, just like that. With only about a minute 39 into this second half of play, we got ourselves a tied ball game over here at Crimson Cliffs High School. We'll take a quick break. More when we return here on the Fan Sports Network.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
Hey, St. George, this is Brian. I'm the new owner of your local Everbowl. Looking for a delicious, nutritious meal? Come to Everbowl. Our acai bowls are packed with superfoods to fuel your day. And it's where Region 9 sports fans fuel up.
A short drive, but yet an eventful one there from the Reds as they kick off again to the Mustangs. Picked up just on the other side of the 5-yard line, past the 20, the 25, still on his feet, past the 30, and continue to push forward. Jackson Holt.
Great return there, and kind of an awkward sequence of plays for the Mustangs last drive, being set up inside their own 3-yard line for that entire sequence. Let's see what they do with better field position here, more space to operate, more playbook at their disposal.
Here we go on first down. Going up the middle on a pass is just a little too high.
Jackson Holt there was the intended receiver for Ryder Sherritt, but unable to make the play. But looking for that seam pass quite a bit tonight as they've tried to go through the middle of the field to try and hit a big play on the Reds, and it just hasn't happened as of yet.
Snap is away, and it's another handoff here. Going to McCord Christiansen. He takes it down to the 45 for a gain of 9.
And that's not quite enough for a first down. Third and 1, third and short here. Let's see what the Mustangs do, as they'd love to be able to respond to the strike by Cedar with the strike of their own, but still a long way to go on this drive.
Snap is away, and it's Christiansen pushing it forward again. He's got enough for the first down and into Red territory.
And McCord Christiansen is the workhorse for the for the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs. He's been churning all night long. He had a great, almost a career-high game last week. So he's playing some of the best football of his career. Was a great running back for him last year with the two-headed monster that they had.
Snaps away, going off to the side, looking for a screen play here. And it's enough for about 7.
Some productive plays back to back to back. And looks as if the Mustangs offense, after that kind of rusty start after the first half, have kind of shaken the rust off, and they're going up tempo here, up to the line.
Yeah. Cut him back. He went out of bounds, so it's only 2nd and 5 here as Christiansen will push forward for a gain of 2 or 3. They'll give him 3.
This is where the Mustangs can hurt you with the time of possession battle, where they can just control the game and start working with McCord Christiansen off tackle, up the middle, and then the play action sets in. But we'll see if they pop a play action play. They go back to Christiansen there for the first down. 8:30 and ticking in the third quarter here. A lot of time in this game. We're tied up.
And on 1st and 10, fresh set of downs. Looking to pass Sherritt. The defense was ready for the tackle. Had he been a little more aware of where the ball was, I think he might have been able to turn and pick that one off.
I agree. Opportunity missed there, but looks as if the Mustangs looking to the sideline for guidance here, as they're just, it isn't as well-oiled of a machine as it looked on that one drive, the one scoring drive. Hasn't looked the same since.
And this one's caught by Alofapo, who takes it down to the 25-yard line.
Kind of had that sweeping middle screen action with the wide receivers as kind of roll one way, throw back the other way for the nice little screen pass setup, and the blocks were there from the offensive line. Alofapo squirts forward for another first down and a big play for the Mustangs.
And an injury timeout is taken on the field. We got another one of these Cedar Reds players out. They look to be just massaging on his calf muscle there, so a little bit of, that heat getting to you. A little bit of that heat getting to you tonight. Yeah. And, it's going to cause some cramping.
Yeah.
It's the case.
I got a vicious attack of cramps one time playing a football game in high school where I had full body cramps and really couldn't do anything. Like, my whole body was cramping. It was a weird experience. And so when it gets hot out there, especially humid temps back east where I played football, it was a little different animal. But it is hot out there, and especially hot down on the turf. So hats off to these players as playing the game they love. But it is definitely a toasty one down there.
Oh, yeah. Right now, 95 degrees here. And technically we're in the Washington territory over here, Washington, Utah. So fresh set of downs here for the Mustangs. They're looking to march something in here with the ball at the 25. And pushing it forward. Well, game 3.
Really good first down play there as the trench warfare starting to pick up here for the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs as they're really digging in and starting to get their blocks down to the second level and really spring Christiansen. I wouldn't be surprised to just see him get the ball just about every play on the sequence.
Snaps away, and here's Christiansen again, taking the ball towards the outside.
I mean, if you can get 6-7 a carry, why wouldn't you just keep doing it? I mean, he's clearly picking up a good amount of yards and finding the edges.
Yeah. They're going to give him 3rd and 1 here. Going to the outside. Cotton looking back in. Flag is there. Should be a holding call against the offense, and it'll bring this one right on back. Yeah, sure enough, holding is the call, and it goes against Boston Barrow, and that'll bring it back a little bit here.
Turns a 3rd and 2 to a 3rd and 12, which not the most opportune down and distance for the Mustangs, but they've got to make a play here, as I think they're on the outside looking in at field goal range realistically, as this is a long kick for a high school kicker.
Well, yeah, especially that far back. You're looking at about a 42-yarder from there. Rolling out of Sherritt. He's got room in front of him. He's going to run with it and slide down inside the 20. They're putting him, let's see where they end up putting him. We got one official there at about the 19, one at the 18, and the official in the middle will put him at the 19. So it'll be 4th down.
Biggest play of the game
4
thus
to go.
far.
And an offside. False start. Let's see here. Let's see what they give him. False start going against the offense.
You had the encroachment, you had the jump, but it was induced by the false start there, as bang, bang, but these referees doing a great job tonight, identify it, and now 4th and 9, and it still looks as if the Mustangs are going to let it roll here. Pass.
Looking to pass, going deep. Wow. What a grab, and what a touchdown for Lofopo.
Yeah, number 9, I'm sorry, Maddox Lofopo making the big play here. 4.
This one's Malachi.
Got him mixed up there, but what a big play for him, and that brings the score to 13-7 on that big board, Caden, and what an athletic catch, making it over 2 defenders.
Yeah, what an insane grab there for Malachi Lofopo. Extra point on its way. And on a 4th and 9, that will put him over the board. 14-7 now over the Reds. 6:11 left to play here in the third quarter on the Fan Sports Network. We're going to step aside more when we come back inside your Boulevard Home Game of the Week.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
Huge news! Sport Court has a brand new showroom and design center, and it's next level. See why so many are choosing Sport Court here in Southern Utah for top quality basketball, pickleball, and multi-purpose courts. Learn more at sportcourtofsouthernutah.com.
Today's game is brought to you by Boulevard Home, Handel's Ice Cream, Intercap Lending, and Red Rock Real Estate.
Mustangs get on the board again with a 4th and 9 touchdown pass into the end zone into double coverage over to Malachi Lofopo. Makes it 14-7 with 6:11 left to go on the clock here. And that one will go into the end zone for a touchback.
And now it's about the response from Cedar, as we saw Crimson after the Cedar score in a dominant short drive from the Reds, cashed in for 7. You see Ryder Sherritt, McCord Christiansen lead the Mustangs down the field, guided by their offensive line, moving people up front, making it easy for McCord to run, and what a great play to cap off the drive by Malachi Lofopo on the touchdown.
And going for it, pushing it up the middle, and that's enough for a first down. Plenty for a first down.
Yeah, that was a burst there from Cedar, as they're going to go a little up-tempo here and start to get to the line and trying to rush Crimson a little bit, throw them off their rhythm defensively.
In motion, snaps away. Look at a pass, pressure coming, squeezes out of it, pushes forward on the ground, and is taking down. Ball on the ground. Fumble, who's on the ball? And they say it's Crimson Cliffs football.
Wow. Huge turn of events there, as we've talked about momentum throughout the game, and that's a massive momentum swing, as you needed a response if you were Cedar, and instead it's turnover setting up the Mustangs in red territory. So just about the worst thing that could have happened there, but got to make a stop now. It's on to the next play.
Absolutely. So 1st and 10 now, the Mustangs with the ball in red territory to start off this drive. And it's Christiansen bursting up the middle for a gain of 3.
McCord Christiansen shown the ability to go off tackle, inside, outside on the sweeps. He can do it all as from a running back. Catch the ball out of the backfield. He is a true complete back in Utah high school football.
Looking to the outside, it's caught, and it's enough for a first down and a little bit more there by Jackson Holt.
Jackson Holt been a guy that's been featured quite a bit tonight, as he's gotten multiple targets, a few catches, and none bigger than that one there to keep the chains moving for the Mustangs to potentially pile on here.
Play action across the middle. Again, it's Holt, and he stays on his feet, takes a couple of hits, and finally brought down by Keaton Cox. Here's the replay of that fumble as well. See if we can catch that. And again, the ball got stripped out. Ooh, it was kind of a late strip, but here we go again. Quick toss. This is a low post again around the inside. Does he stick it out? He does. Sticks the football out and picks up the score. Touchdown, Crimson Cliffs.
And the coming out party for Malachi Olofopo is multiple college programs probably taking this into account, as he's a guy that's going to play on Saturdays. But I think,
yeah, just takes it around the outside. But again, flag is on the play, and it went against the Mustangs. So how about we reset that score there?
I think the score is not going to count. You're right.
First and 20.
Brutal
And that's
call.
a tough break right there for the Mustangs. And Cotton brought down just inside the 20-yard line, back inside the Red Rock Real Estate red zone. For the Reds, that's a great swing in your favor here, because now second and long, you just have to try to hold him back here. As Sherritt will dump it off, it is caught and taken around to that far side. It's going to go in. Touchdown, McCord Christiansen.
There's the workhorse showing his ability out of the backfield as a pass catcher, as he gets ahead of steam there, and nobody's going to catch him all the way down the express lane for a touchdown. And McCord Christiansen puts the Mustangs on top, 20-7 with 3:30 left in the third quarter.
How intimidating is that when you have Gavin Ipson there, big number 77, who's leading some blocks for you? They take it in for the score. 20-7. 3:30 left to go here in the third quarter. Snaps away. Extra point is up, and it is good. 21-7, just like that. A quick swing, and now Crimson Cliffs. Lots of scoring here in the third quarter. We've seen 3 different touchdowns, 2 from Crimson, 1 from Cedar.
Yeah, it's been a high-scoring affair in the second half. We've seen multiple points scored, and now the Reds have a chance here. 3:30 left in the third quarter to try and get something on the board before the quarter ends and try to establish yet another long drive that pays off. We saw them score earlier in the second half, and we just got to keep, if you're Cedar, just keep doing what you've been doing, because it's been effective. It's just inside the 20s. The playbook needs to change a little bit, I think.
Quick score update from Hurricane and Dixie. For those wondering out there, the Hurricane Tigers had an 85-yard kickoff return for a touchdown, brought it up to a 28-14 lead right before halftime. Last time Hurricane beat Dixie 10 years ago.
10 years.
10 years since Hurricanes beat Dixie, and they're on pace to try to do it again tonight. Here's the kickoff. Going to take a bounce at about the 8, a high bounce before it lands in the hands of Caleb Pauley, and he'll push it out to about the 30-yard line to start off this Cedar Reds drive. Now the Reds moved the ball so well in the first half. Second half, it was just a fumble here to turn the ball over on their last drive.
Yeah.
But if they can continue to move the ball like they did in the first half, this could be an interesting game here, as it is pushed up for no gain.
Now the defense of Crimson Cliff starting to really be the aggressor in this game, as the fumble the last drive, now bottling up the very first run of this drive. They're starting to play with that aggression and that closing mentality that they've got the lead. Let's just close this out for our offense. They don't have to score another point if we play a great game. So that's what Crimson is doing right now.
Giles goes in motion. Kelling takes the snap. Hands it off. Pushing it up the middle again. There's Caleb Pauley. And this time he'll gain 3.
Another great run stop there by the Mustangs. And they're very formidable up front, but they're even more formidable in the linebacking core, as McKay Wright, I would argue, is maybe one of the best interior linebackers in the state, and he's everywhere all the time, plays with his hair on fire. Let's see where he's at on this play. I see him patrolling the middle of the field.
Third and 7. Snaps away. Kelling's going to drop back to pass. He's going to take it right across the middle and in and out of the hands of Trace Ovison.
And that's a catch that Ovison wish he could have had back, as that was on the crosser, had a lot of space to roam there, but unable to make the play. And it's going to bring up a 4th down and 7. And got to think the punt team's got to make their way on the field here.
And they do bring them out. 2:09 left to go in the third quarter. Now we are just a few points away. We just need to cross that 25-point threshold for the big score dessert, the whole brick asphalt big score dessert. And this ball goes all the way down to about the 40 before it takes a roll. There is a flag down on the field, however. And we'll see where this ends up being and who it's against.
Picking it up, it looks like.
Gonna wave it off. Well, we'll switch sides here. Just under 2 minutes left to play in the third quarter, and Crimson Cliff's gonna take over at the 45-yard line. Update, BYU gets the win over SMU 18-15.
Yeah. Long fight for the Cougars, but trailed multiple times in the game, but never gave up. Went for it on a big 4th and 1, and were able to convert it and get the W.
Fabulous Freddy's first down here for the Mustangs. Pass off into the flat over to Holt. He'll get 2 yards, trying to go for a block behind his fellow receiver in Boston Barrow, but just nowhere to go after that initial catch, so it's 2nd and 8.
How about another score update here? First one from Centennial. Snow Canyon leading them 41-3 at halftime. Wow, maybe
there
the
you go,
coming
Warriors.
out party of the Warriors offense.
Big hit. Ball on the ground, but no completion there. Ball thrown over to Jackson Holt. I like this coverage here by Cedar. Being able to read where that pass is. Corner comes up. And it's 3rd and 8. And snap away, Sherritt. Has time going deep. Jump ball, and it's going to be tipped and not brought down by either team. It's 4th down.
Fourth down, the punt team on the field, and that's another effective stop there for the Mustangs, or for the Reds, as they're still definitely in this game, only down 14 points, 1 minute and change left in the third quarter. Fourth quarter is a big time here for both teams, obviously, but for Crimson to close and for the Cedar Reds to make a push here. And then what better way to start it than with the ball in your hands as the third quarter comes to an end almost.
So they punt this one away here on 4th. It's picked up around the 18.
A lot of room.
Plenty of room to run here for Giles, and he continues to push forward, even carrying around some Mustangs on his back as he goes down to the 39. Maybe they'll give him the 40. And start a fresh set of downs here for the Reds.
Yep. Reds taking over, down 21-7. Still an opportunity here, a great opportunity. 2-1 start to the season, first-year head coach. lot of optimism.
.108 again left to play here in the third. So an illegal formation against the kicking team. So instead of the ball being spotted at the 40, they'll place it up at the 45. So here we go. 1st and 10, ball at the 45 for the Reds. Looking to march into Mustang territory here. Kelling takes the snap. Play action rolls out to the far side. Has room to run. He'll keep it himself. Crosses the 50, steps out of bounds at about the 49 for a gain of 6.
Great play there. Just a naked boot all the way and finds a way to pick up a lot of yards. And Kelling not really known as a runner. Only had about 40 yards coming into this game. A little less than 40, I believe, on the ground. But shows his acumen as a runner there as he gets around the edge and picks up a very fruitful first play on this drive for the Reds.
Here we go, 2nd down. Kelling will hand this one off. Pauly pushes it out to near the line to gain. He will get it. Yeah. That's 1st down for the Reds.
They're moving it now. Really has picked up. Second half intensity, like I was talking about at the halftime show. Trench warfare is picked up down there with the big fellas, and Cedar starting to be the aggressor on this drive. We talked about Crimson being the aggressor last drive offensively.
1st down brought to you by Fabulous Freddy's. Check out their 2 locations across southern Utah. Grab a sandwich, soda, cookies, and of course, gas and a car wash. Hand off again. He's going to be taken down in the backfield. Loss of 1.
And it looks as if they're going to try and squeeze in maybe one more play. Taking their time. 25-24 and ticking on the clock. 3rd quarter.
There's a snap, and they'll take it up the middle again. Pretty good gain there. Down to the 38-yard line.
Great
and it'll
play there.
Make it 3rd and 3.
Yeah, from 2nd and 11 to 3rd and 3. Incredible pickup, and that's going to bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter.
So with the end of the 3rd here, we will head to a break. When we come back. 4th quarter, throw 12 minutes on the board, see if Cedar can find a way to get back into this one, get 2 scores before the end of this. More on the other side here on the Fan Sports Network. Don't go anywhere.
From bold statements to subtle compliments, Wilkinson's House of Lighting will help you more fully enjoy all the different spaces in your home. Stop in and see what's new at Wilkinson's House of Lighting, a proud sponsor of Region 10 Athletics.
Hey, it's Luke with Udine Associates at American Family Insurance. At Udine Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102.
Today's game is brought to you by Findlay Subaru, Honolulu Grill, Nets on Fire, and Intermountain Sports Performance.
Got a beautiful look over the Ivan scenery there as we're back into the ballgame here in Washington. And it's Crimson Cliffs up 21-7. The Reds trying to push through. It's going to be 4th and 1 here. I want to give a shout out to Wilkinson's House of Lighting, our scoreboard sponsor. You can light up Region 9 with Wilkinson's. We're the local shop and winners of Best of Southern Utah for 5 years in a row. Fourth and 1, and Cedar's going to go for it here inside of Mustang territory on the 36-yard line. They just need the 1. Can they get it here? Mustang's going to send some pressure, and there's
some
a whistle.
Early movement. Looks like there was some early movement. It looked like the snaps might have come earlier than the rest of the line expected, as a lot of the linemen were moving that play.
Yeah, over there on the, especially on the right side. I believe those maybe number 66 there, Max Gines.
Left side of the offensive line.
They give it to the left side, yep.
Not even a number on that play.
They just gave it to a bunch of guys.
Yeah. Clearly some miscommunication there, but it's going to make it, instead of 4th and 1, 4th and 6. So that's a massive change of events.
And they're still going to go for it here. You know, at this point in the game, you have to. You have to with 11 minutes left to go. Said Martin in motion over to the right side. Snaps away. Play action here. Back and lost it. Dropped the pass. Caleb Pauley was open. Just underthrew it. So that's a turnover on downs.
Love the design of the throwback, just unable to execute there, but it was a great design. In theory, got all the flow one way, threw back to Pauley. We have a flag here, though, Cade. Looks as if it is on the Reds.
So an illegal formation against the offense, and that will give the Mustangs the ball anyway.
Yeah. 11-14 left in this one.
So here we go, fresh set of downs for the Mustangs. It's a handoff to Chris Jansen. He's going to take it around to the near side. Takes a big hit right there. Still on his feet past the 40. Wow. Another big hit. And he's finally brought down inside the 20. Just on the other side of the 20-yard line. Excuse me. Let's check that out on our Homework Asphalt replay.
Yeah, was that McCord Christiansen or Mike Allstott there as we see him take on 1?
Boom, hit.
2. And I think we missed the first.
We missed
the first one, but there was 3 tacklers he took on there and was able to overpower all but one of them. And wow, what a play there by McCord Christiansen.
Now listen, the Mustangs are marching right here, right? But we've seen the Cedar Reds defense stack them up right here and
get stingy towards
they get a little stingy on defense, and I like that. Let's see what they can do here at the ball place. They'll place it at the 28-yard line, and it's a fresh set of downs here for the Mustangs. 11 minutes left to go in the ball game. And we got ourselves a timeout.
Timeout.
So with the timeout taken, we'll take one ourselves. Timeout brought to you by Udi & Associates. We'll see you on the other side of this one. 21-7, 11 minutes left to go in the fourth. You're on the Fan Sports Network.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course, inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in Southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
Welcome to the Back Nine. We bring the world's best courses to you. Elevate your game at any time with 24/7 access to top-tier golf technology and expert PGA instructors available. Back Nine Golf is a place to improve your swing for all ages. Join us today.
Today's game is brought to you by Wilkinson's House of Lighting, The Rink, Jersey Mike's, and Coral Canyon Golf Course.
So the timeout was taken there by the Reds. They trail right now 21-7 as we are now sitting inside the fourth quarter with 11 minutes left to go. All right, now Hurricane had a 59-yard touchdown pass up the middle.
Wow.
35-21 with 8:14 left to go in the third over there at Hurricane.
I know we don't normally pick sides in Region 9 games, but I just got to say I'm overjoyed by Hurricane's success this season. Already picking up a win, going for their second win, a region win at that. Don't even know how many of those they had last year, and looks as if they're on the cusp of winning one in their first region game. So pretty cool stuff for the Hurricane Tigers and all of H-Town out there.
Well, I just like to see parity
in
our region. I want to see some parity. I want to make sure that anyone can beat just about anyone. And so it's really nice when you see these programs that have maybe been struggling a little bit. And let's be honest, that's where Hurricane's been for the last few years. And they're playing some really good football right now against the Flyers tonight.
Yeah.
And right here, I mean, even right now, the Reds taking on the reigning champs in Crimson Cliffs, and they've held them right now to 21 so far, 21-7. They've had their moments, though, where they've gotten it into the red zone. This could be a very different ball game if Cedar could punch it in. They had a chance. They were at the 2-yard line at one point, just could not punch that one in.
Just couldn't get it in, but it looks as if the Mustangs going to try and burn clock here and kind of take it into cruise control the rest of the way.
Yeah, McCord's going to take this and run it here to the near side, and he's going to pass the 20-yard line. It's enough for a fresh set of downs already.
And he could have angled out of bounds there, but he angled back towards play as he knows that he's trying to make the clock move here for the Mustangs and wants to keep that churning. So,
yeah, and expect them to take their time as well in between plays. You know, again, just let the clock run as much as possible. Let it get set. Take your play call, which is probably going to be pretty similar from one to the next. It's going to be a handoff to Chris Jansen just about every single time here. Now they might try to throw you off and go for a quick pass at some point, but I wouldn't expect them to do that unless it's a 3rd and long.
Yeah.
Maybe even a 2nd and long situation, but if it's a 2nd and 5, they'll keep the ball on the ground.
They're just going to keep doing this.
And here they go, ball on the ground here, past the 10-yard line, past the 5, diving forward isn't enough. They're going to put him down at the 1-yard line.
Chris Jansen just really been churning all night long. You feel like you got to give him the next carry and let him finish this one.
I want to check this out here on the Holbrook Asphalt replay. It crosses. Ooh.
I think he's in there.
I don't know. Ooh, that's very close.
Yeah, I think he might have been in there.
Well, we'll give him one more chance here with a.
Yeah, let him finish it, though. I mean, I'm always for that. If a guy brings you all the way down to the 1-yard line, don't give it to somebody else because the guy that got you there deserves that TD.
He deserves the points. Give him the points.
Get him in there.
Set up to the right-hand side of Ryder Sherritt. And they do hand it off to him. He'll push forward. Does he have enough? It's going to be close. They're saying the ball is out, and Cedar picked it up. I mean, you got one of the Cedar, Dex Winkier down there, who's picked the ball up.
Let's go! Wow.
Cedar ball.
On the goal line, Caden. What an amazing stand as
wow.
Now that tackle and that maybe that ruling that I thought he was in, Chris Jansen on the play before, but stripped on this play, and now
that's
Cedar
a big
takes
swing
over.
right there.
Yeah.
You go from thinking you scored, you didn't, to fumbling at the goal line, and now the Reds, they have a 99-yard field to go. That's not going to be easy, but listen, there's more hope when you're only down by 2 as opposed to down by 3 scores.
And another thing on their side, time. 9 minutes and 38 seconds, plenty of time in this game. 3 timeouts.
You're going to still have to go through the air and keep the clock low. You don't want to be pushing that clock.
2 timeouts, I'm sorry.
Yeah, 2 timeouts. They've already taken the 1. Snaps away. Safety.
And that's just great defense.
And that's why I say just go through the air there and try to.
Yeah. You're just stacked up way too far back. And just the flow of Crimson defenders. I think the first man on the scene might have been McKay Wright, number 34. I think he busted through and made that play.
Yep. Well, that changes the tide again there. Again, I in that situation, I almost want to say go for like a screen pass to the outside or just something to try to create some separation against that. And if you are going to go handoff, you got to go handoff quick. There was a delay there. But I don't know. It does, though, change the tide of this game just a little bit more. 23-7 here. Crimson Cliffs.
Yeah.
Man, I was excited for Cedar to try to make that comeback there. We had the hope for just a bit. And now Crimson Cliffs is looking to do what they were just barely trying to do, and that's just close out this ball game and maybe get one more score on the board and make it to where it's a little too far out of hand. But listen, we've seen them drop a kickoff before. We haven't seen anything returned further than maybe 20 yards here, 20 or 30. So we'll see what they do on the kickoff. But they're kicking off from the 20. 23-7 now after that safety. And it's going to drop in around the 27, bringing it to the near side is Holt. Holt's got past the 50, stays on his feet, spins around, and goes down at the 46-yard line.
Great return. Jackson Holt been kind of a constant force throughout this game. Not a name you normally hear a lot for the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs, but he has been featured tonight. And kind of that shuffling door that does all the graduations, all the guys leaving. There's going to be stars of tomorrow that we're seeing today, and Jackson Holt one of them.
First and 10 here for the Mustangs. Already in red territory. It's picked up and brought out of bounds immediately by Maddox Alofapo.
Maddox, been a guy in the first half, was targeted quite a bit. Seen kind of a downtick in targets in the second half, but still very productive throughout.
Yeah, very admirable. So it's 2nd and 8 for the Mustangs. Snaps away, running it here to the near side. Hey, going out of bounds. Now, this is something that I am waiting to see happen potentially. The band is not allowed to play while play is going on, and they are still playing as that last play just happened. I'm curious if the officials are going to hop on the microphone and say anything.
Yeah, that is a good point. I hadn't heard the bands play during plays anywhere else this season, and Crimson kind of in celebration mode here early in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. So it's a run up the middle. McCord Christiansen still fighting forward. He'll gain about 8. Maybe he'll gain the 10 he needed. I think he does. He gets 10.
Yeah.
Just enough to move the chains, and it'll be now first down from the 22. And the important thing here for the Mustangs is the clock keeps on ticking.
Yeah. That's the most important thing. The Mustangs just playing against the clock at this point with a 23-7 lead. They just need to maybe manufacture one more score. And
rolling it out to the near side and staying in bounds. And gets in for the touchdown. Van Daly.
Van Daly, yeah. Man, just a youngster makes the big play there. And around the edges, there's been a lot of susceptibility from the Reds on the edges tonight as they find their way out there once again untouched to the end zone.
Now there's a flag on the play, but it was pretty late. I want to see what it is. Before we throw a score on the board officially, we'll see what this flag is. Just waiting for the officials. So it was an unsportsmanlike conduct against Crimson Cliffs. They said the score is good, so it will be right now 29-7.
They're going to enforce it, I guess, on the kickoff, I'd assume.
A scoring frenzy out there at Hurricane now. 35-28, Dixie
inching back
inching back into this one as the extra point is up, and it is no good. So it'll stay 29-7. And we will step aside. 8:27 left to play here. Crimson leads 29-7 on the Fan Sports Network.
Huge news! Sport Court has a brand new showroom and design center, and it's next level. See why so many are choosing Sport Court here in Southern Utah for top quality basketball, pickleball, and multi-purpose courts. Learn more at sportcourtofsouthernutah.com.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in Southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
Crimson Cliffs on top, 29-7 here in their Region 9 opener. Now remember, there was a penalty, so it will be applied right now to the kickoff, and that means instead of kicking off up further ahead, they get a go from the 25.
Yeah. Going to be a long kick. Quite a bit of room for the Cedar Reds. Territory back there. A lot of land to roam. Hopefully they can try and make a big play here. As time getting late on the Reds here now, down pretty big and with 8 minutes left.
Yeah, 3 scores. We got ourselves a flag again. And I assume where it's back where they kicked off from that someone just got themselves a little too far ahead of the kicker.
Yep.
Ooh, it was close on that far end, I believe.
So it's going to back them up even more.
So now instead of kicking off from the 25, should put him down to the 20 if I'm not mistaken. We're talking about how fast that first half of the game went, and now here we are in the second half, and we've been in the fourth quarter now for about 20 or so minutes, and we've only seen 3.5 tick off the clock. And the kick away. End over end at the 20-yard line is where it'll be picked up by the Reds. Crossing the 40, taking a hurdle, another hurdle. I like to see that. Some athletic plays there.
Yeah, epic return there as Reds set up in prime field position real estate here and opportunity to inch closer. Still 8 minutes and 17 seconds left on the board. A lot of time left here. They can get some chunk plays, some big scoring drives. Try and limit Crimson, who's just going to try and salt the game away. Oh.
So holding goes against the receiving team on the return.
Pretty rough, as that was a big return. And
flag was down about the 40.
Kind of a deflator for you there after making such a big play with an athletic play with the 2 hurdles and kind of get out past the 50, and now you're back inside your own 30. So big change of events there for the Reds.
So now the Reds will control it here on their own 29. Kelling with pressure coming at him, rolls out of it, goes to the far side, gets a pass away, has his receiver, it's Giles. He's going to pick up the first down and a few extra.
Incredible vision there by Kelling getting away from that blitz, as that was right on him from pretty much the first initial snap of the football. That he had players converging on him. So great play to get away from there and make the completion.
And the Reds are going to move quick, deep ball downfield. Not there, flag on the play.
Yeah, it was. He impeded his progress there. What didn't allow him to get free, and that is going to be a 15-yarder. Another automatic first for the Reds.
Defensive pass interference is
the
call, and
I believe the right call there.
I believe so as well.
Yeah.
So 15 yards. It's a big penalty.
Yeah, that's a big mover there.
Puts the ball now on the 41-yard line, and you've crossed into that Mustang land right there.
Yeah.
1st and 10. Let's see what the Reds can do here. Kelling will take the snap. He'll pass over into the flat. A screen play here. Giles has a little room. He gets through the defenders past the 30, takes a hit, and falls down at about the 27-yard line.
Wow. Crew Giles has been instant microwave offense for the Reds. Every time he touches the football, he's going to get going upfield in a fast manner, and he breaks a few tackles there as we see on the replay, and Reds not going home yet. They are still fighting to the very end of this one.
Snap away, going up the middle with it. Pauly, and he'll push forward for about 5.
Yeah, Pauly's came into the game averaging over 140 yards a game, rushing the football, and had a good game tonight. I'd like to see his final stats. I know he's not in that 140 region, but he's made a couple chunk plays tonight and looked productive.
Clock ticks under 7 minutes left to play here in the 4th. And the Reds are pushing. Here we go, Kelling on the snap. Pressure coming at him. Forward progression off, or no? They're going to say that it was. You have one official who let it go and one saying incomplete on the near side, so it is an incomplete pass. It'll be 3rd down.
I think that's the right call there. His arm was coming forward as.
If the ball's moving forward, you almost just expect, hey, that's a forward progression pass right there. And his arm was moving forward. So the Reds stay alive here on 3rd down, 3rd and 5. And honestly, that's probably a saver right there, because if he takes the sack, now he's down 5 to 7 yards behind where they're at right now. Good pocket in the middle. It's caught. Push forward for an extra few yards is Giles, and he'll be down inside the 10-yard line. It's 1st and goal for the Reds.
This is where the space gets hard to operate for the Reds, as we've seen them get in this money zone quite a few times in the red zone and just unable to convert, except for that one lone score of the second half. So let's see if they're able to punch it through here.
First and goal from the 9. Here's a snap. Handoff. Pauly will be taken down in the backfield. He's wrapped up. First on the play there, case and cuff.
Yeah, incredible gang tackling effort there from Crimson, as they've got pride. They don't want to see another score put on the board here, as the Reds seeing the time tick down and knowing that this one might be a little out of reach, but still it's a perfect time to still run the offense, try and find pay dirt here and maybe kick an onside and get the hope going.
Here's a snap, and Kelling's going to pass. He's got pressure coming at him. Gets the pass away. Is it caught? No, it is not. It was intended for Trace Ovison.
And that's been a constant theme throughout this entire game, is the pressure of the Mustangs up the A-gaps, right up the seams of the middle of the offensive line for the Reds, as that's been pressure on Kelling all night long, right on him, right away. That's been kind of pretty much every drive we've seen that from this aggressive Mustangs defense, always bringing heat.
So on 3rd down, Kelling will roll, passes into the end zone, and nothing there. Some good defensive pressure there. Bodies kind of got tangled and hit the floor before the football ever arrived.
Yeah.
But no call.
No call is the feet. You know, that's both guys entitled to their feet getting tangled up, as we know that's not a call in the NFL, college, high school. So just no harm, no foul there. And we got 5 minutes, 12 seconds left. And a big down coming up here for the Reds, as this might be the final gasp.
Yeah, stop here definitely puts an end to this ball game with only 5:12 left. That's minding some sort of miracle here as it's into the corner. Is it in? That's a touchdown. That's got to be. Touchdown, Reds.
What a pass, back shoulder. Just finds it right on the hands. That was incredible location from Kellen.
Beautiful pass.
Yeah.
Check that out on the replay here. Holbrook Asphalt replay.
That's in a spot where only his receiver can make that play. The corner has no play on that ball there.
Yeah, that's junior Dylan Crowley on the reception there. And on a 4th down play, listen, back against the wall, 4th down play. You know, the game is up for grabs right now. And you're able to make the play. You're still a few scores away, though.
Yeah.
The extra point is up, and it is good. But you're a few scores away still. 29-14. Crimson Cliffs on top right now after that Reds touchdown. We'll take a quick break, step aside here on your Boulevard Home Game of the Week. So we're getting closer to wrapping this one up from Crimson Cliffs High School.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
Well, the Reds will kick off here to the Mustangs. Great touchdown play there. Dylan Crowley on the reception on that last play.
Incredible location from Everett Kelling's pass, too. I mean, just a great combo between receiver.
And trying to get the onside kick, but we're not able to, and they're trying to go for the strip there. It was number 42, Everett Deuce, who picked it up for the Mustangs.
Now, just with 5 minutes left on the clock, you'd figure, barring something incredible here, maybe 2 stops and 2 straight scores by the Reds, if Crimson can manage any sort of running game here, this should be in the bag for them.
So here we go. 1st and 10. Mustangs snapping the ball. It's a handoff to Chris Jansen. Chris Jansen takes it to the outside. He's tripped up. That's Peyton Bunker getting his hand on the foot there. And it is now 2nd down. Second and 5.
We got a stoppage here.
Not sure what's going on here.
Okay.
Yeah,
The
they're back
clock
at it.
wasn't moving there for a minute. I was wondering what was going on, but now moving again.
By the way, got ourselves a ball game in some Friday night NFL. 31-29 Eagles lead right now in the 4th over the Packers in Brazil.
Yeah, Sao Paulo. Okay, I didn't know why that stoppage occurred, but we're back going.
Back at it again. Chris Jansen again on the ground. Taken down for a short gain of only 2. And it looks like this time there will be a timeout taken. And I believe that will be a Reds timeout there. Their second of the half, and it'll be 3rd and 3. Timeout brought to you again by Udy and Associates. You can get great service on home, auto, life insurance. You can call Luke Udy today, 435-251-9102. Get a free quote. See how much you can save. We're going to be looking for that AWP Playmaker Play of the Game. We're also going to be looking for our Findlay Subaru Player of the Game coming up in the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. So all of that coming up here shortly. Any thoughts already as we're getting close to the end? Some defensive guys for sure, Paulie, as we're rounded down to it. McKay Wright's been everywhere on the defensive end.
Yeah, he has made quite a number of stops.
And again, just nowhere to go. And another timeout.
That should be the last timeout for the Reds, I believe.
Which if you get the stop here, it's 4th and 3.
Yeah.
If you get the stop here on 4th down for Cedar, turnover on downs if you can, right? You go down and you can score again, make it, say, 21. If you decide to just go for a field goal.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden it's an 8-point game. You'd have to go for 2 at some point, but listen, you're still 2 scores out of this game right now. That's doable with 4:17.
Totally doable. Totally doable. You get a stop here, quick score, and then another stop, and you're right back in this game.
You're right back in
Yeah.
it. Now you've lost all your timeouts, so those stops have to be real quick.
Turnovers.
Your turnovers, onside kick, whatever it might be,
Yeah.
right? They went for the onside kick attempt just barely not too long ago, and honestly, it looked good. Had it gone 10 yards, it only went about 8. But if it had gone 10 yards, you're right on top of that ball.
4:17. And now, I mean, Crimson not up against it, obviously, but feeling a little heat
There's
here.
some pressure.
There's a little pressure here. 4th and 3.
So here we go with
a hard count.
Well, and Cedar right now has a bunch of guys. Let's see if they send them all. Could be about a 5 or 6 man rush here.
Oh, wow.
And they do send them all. Pass up the middle. It's caught. Past the 20, the 10. That's Jackson Holt taking it in for the touchdown.
Jackson Holt, he's going to be a candidate for a lot of our awards today because he's been a guy that coming into this game, I didn't know a ton about this guy, but he has been open all the time. As we saw on this slant, just gets in between the middle of those 2 defenders in the middle of that zone and makes a great, great play. And now Crimson blown this one open.
Yeah, they put this one to bed right now, and 35-14 PAT pending. Defense just didn't collapse in soon enough on that play there.
Yeah, just a little too late.
And the extra point looks good. It is good. 36-14 on the Fan Sports Network. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we're going to wrap this game up for you. Where Crimson Cliffs leads right now, 36-14.
Today's game is brought to you by Findlay Subaru, Honolulu Grill, Nets on Fire, and Intermountain Sports Performance.
After the touchdown there to Jackson Holt, makes the score 36-14. And Crimson Cliffs will be kicking off again here.
Going to be handing out some awards here shortly. The Findlay Subaru Star of the Game, the Jersey Mike Sub of the Game, the AWP Playmaker Play of the Game. Got quite the awards for you in the Johnson Pediatrics post-game show.
Yeah, going to be looking ahead to some of that. Obviously, we are going to be talking about this Crimson Cliffs team a lot right here as they've been producing down the stretch. And again, remember, halftime score was only 7-0. This was a defensive first half and a very offensive-heavy second half. A lot of penalties in the second half as well.
Yeah.
First 10 here for the Reds. Remember, Reds have no timeouts here either. Slings it up the middle quick, but incomplete. it'll be second down. So looking at some of our awards, as we're coming down the stretch here, let's start with our Jersey Mike's. Looking around for a sub of a game. Jersey Mike's a sub above. Now, this guy may be technically not a sub, but someone who has come in and produced as not wide receiver 1, but man, Jackson Holt's been insane.
I think he qualifies.
Does he qualify here?
Yeah, I think we got to throw him in.
And I think the other name that we need to throw out there as well, as again it's coming down to the stretch.
Barrow has been
Barrow for sure.
Boston Barrow, I believe his name is.
But Van Daly.
Boston Barrow, yeah.
Boston Barrow, Van Daly.
Yeah.
Scored that touchdown as well. That kind of broke this thing open a little bit more. It felt like maybe it was put out of reach. So Daly could be our Jersey Mike sub of the game as well.
Okay.
Kelling is rolling out, being chased down, stays on his feet past the 35, takes a hit down to about the 40. Is it enough to gain the first? It should be.
Wow. Aggressive play there, like kind of like a basketball player, like a take down the lane as he went down and just put his shoulder into the defender and stretched forward for that first down. And
he gets
that
out
was
of
a
bounds
big
to
play.
stop the clock. That's huge.
That was a big play. How about what are some of the biggest plays in this game, Caden, for the AWP Playmaker play of the game?
Ooh. You know, there were two back-to-back as Kelling rolls out of this one. Tosses it up the middle, incomplete. And Giles throws the hands on the helmets. He knew that he could have had that one. Listen, both the fumble at the one and then the safety immediately when you could have got it in. Those were some big plays right there.
Yeah.
Ultimately, though, it's tough. I think it might go to that Jackson Holt play right there towards the end where he gets the touchdown and really puts this one away, gets it a 3-score game.
Yeah, it's a good choice. Also like the McCord Christiansen run down to the one and then the fumble for this fumble at the 1 yard line, which kind of changed the trajectory shortly, and then the safety the very next play. So that was a big sequence, and probably the playmaker play of the game for me was that sequence. So pretty cool stuff from this one. It's been fun.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of interesting football here tonight. You don't get safeties all that often. We saw that. We saw some good defense from both sides.
Yeah. Stingy defense in the red zone.
Stingy defense in the red zone. 3rd and 6. Kelling looking to pass, go to the sideline. Oh, and just in and out of the hands of Dylan Crowley. Dylan Crowley's touchdown as well. We got to talk about that because that might also be a contender as man, that was one of the more textbook plays that I've seen for a touchdown there for our Appliance Wholesaler Plus Playmaker play of the game.
Yeah, that's another candidate as well. And our as we tick under 3 minutes here, kind of the last gasp here for the Reds.
Kelling keeping himself. He's got a whole room to run out in front of him, and it's plenty for a first down to the 45 on a 4th and long.
Big play there to pick it up and move the chains, but now obviously the 36-14 margin with 2:38. Too much to overcome here, but it's been a very respectable game for Cedar. I thought they performed well.
Pressure getting to him, and he rolls out of it and keeping it himself. He'll take it down the sideline, go out of bounds, and kind of a later hit there, but no whistle. But they keep on playing with 2:25 on the clock.
Absolutely.
Is it enough for the first? Not quite. I think they're going to put him maybe a yard shy, and they do. 9-yard run there for Kelling.
And again, this offense looking formidable, really working their way down the field, looking good, and a lot of silver linings from this game you could take if you're Cedar. Emergences of many stars, and got a false start on the left side of the line.
Yep.
Looks like the tackle there got a little jumpy. That is.
They're giving it to Case Jones.
Okay, number 50 they went with. I saw. Yeah, that was number 50. Okay.
Kelling will drop to pass. Has some time, gets it down. Had Martin, and is it enough for a first? We'll see where they end up spotting it. They do end up moving those chains. First down, Reds.
Yeah.
You know, and they're keeping that clock low. I mean, they've been inside that inside the 3-minute mark.
Throwing to the sideline quite a bit.
Kelling running it out of bounds. I mean, they're definitely keeping the clock from ticking down right now. Going up the middle. Had a little room to run, but taken down after only a gain of 5. And that will keep the clock running once the ball is set.
And as we roll under 2 here, I guess it's opportune time to think about our Findlay Subaru star of the game after this play.
Here's the snap, looking for a pass, going to keep it himself up the middle, evades the defense. It's fumble. Was he down there? Going to say he was down, and the ball came loose on the ground. So that is going to give you a 3rd and 1 here. Not quite enough for the first down. They want to move the ball as quickly as possible here. 1:30 left to play. And that's going to be a false start. False start against the offense there on the right side of the line. Findlay Subaru star of the game.
Yeah, see the all-star lineup of the Subarus on the saving side of the freeway or online at FindlaySubaru.com. Who are you thinking for your star of the game tonight, King?
Man, it's tough. I might even go defensive side and go someone like McKay Wright. He made some big plays. He's always a go-to for these kinds of things.
Yeah.
If not McKay Wright on the offensive side, you had Malachi Lofopo, some great plays as a receiver. McCourt Christiansen, always a workhorse. There's a few different guys that you could give it to here. They push up the middle, is it? It's enough for 3 yards there. Give them 4th and 3. What are your thoughts on that one?
For the Findlay Subaru star of the game, I was thinking McCourt Christiansen. He was kind of the heartbeat of the team tonight. Whenever they needed a play, whenever they needed a yard, he'd get it. Whenever they needed 6 on first down, he'd get 7. Like, it was just a very good effort, I thought, from McCourt tonight.
Going up the middle and passes incomplete on 4th down. So it's turnover on downs. Crimson will have the ball with 42 left, and they'll kneel this one out. Final score from Desert Hills as they beat Pineview 35-14. Last update we had from Hurricane, they led 35-28 over Dixie. And Snow Canyon, again, no updates there, no major updates, but last we saw they were demolishing Centennial in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
so
41-3 at half.
Big lead right now for the Warriors. So it's a fresh set of downs here for the Mustangs, and they'll run the ball here. They give it to Eric Davis. It'll be 2nd and 6 as the clock ticks under to 20 seconds now. And again, this will maybe we got ourselves a timeout out there. What do we got? Are they just going to let it go?
I think they're just
going
to
to let it go.
Run.
They had enough on the clock. They didn't need to kneel it. They got under 40, so that'll be our final. 36-14. is your final here tonight. Crimson Cliffs gets the win. We'll take a quick 30-second break. When we come back, it's our Johnson Pediatric Dentistry postgame show. Stick around.
When it comes to your child's teeth, Dr. Cody and his experienced staff at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry are game changers. So when it comes to checkups, a toothache, or any problem with your kid's teeth, call experienced veteran Dr. Cody Johnson at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, 628-0511.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
We're back at it inside our Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show here on the Fan Sports Network. We want to thank you for joining us here this evening. Crimson Cliffs, they get to win 36-14 over the Cedar Reds, but I got to say, Cedar played their heart out.
They did. Cedar came to play today. If they were able to score on that first drive where they went 78 yards on 13 plays, maybe this game goes a little differently, but not able to seize that opportunity. They do fall 36-14, like you said, Caden, but still a lot of silver linings, like I said, a lot of things to take from this game if you're Coach Hyatt and the Reds.
Yeah, absolutely. Our Findlay Subaru star of the game, McCord Christiansen, who was the Findlay Subaru Player of the Week last week as well. He just keeps on rolling around with those Findlay Subaru awards right there.
Yeah, he's stacking up those trophies as early on in this season, and rightly so. He's been a great player early on in this year, last year, and I think he's going to be a great player going forward this year as well. So a very worthy recipient.
Absolutely. Looking at our Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the game, so many to choose from here tonight. But again, I really liked, there were two for me. Jackson Holt's touchdown up the middle that brought them up to this final score, 36-14. But also, remember, when they got that safety and then the kickoff, and then it was Van Daly who comes off the bench and gets the score running it up the sideline, nearly stepping out, gets it up the sideline for that second to last score of the game and puts it up to a 2-score lead for the Mustangs.
Yeah, I like both of those plays. I mean, for the playmaker play of the game, I went with the sequence. I like the safety sequence where there was the stop, then the safety back-to-back plays. I thought that was a huge sequence in the game.
Sure, absolutely. And let's see what else we got here. Any other big awards we need to hand out tonight? I mean, defensively, there were some big plays in the first half. It was only 7-0 there in the first half, and we finally found our way out of it in the second half with some more scoring there, which was in itself nice to see. It's nice to get some extra scoring going there in the second half. So big offensive plays there, big defensive plays earlier on, the safety being one of them. That safety defensive play of the game brought to you by Dealer Collision. How about that?
Yeah, that was a big one as well. So huge plays all around and a big Crimson win.
Big Crimson win indeed. So thank you for joining us tonight on our Boulevard Home Game of the Week. And shout out to Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, Dr. Cody, who makes your kids feel right at home. Johnson Pediatrics, they always have that new patient special cleaning, exam, and x-rays for just $79. Give them a call, 435-656-0511. Well, Crimson Cliffs, they get the win. First win of Region 9 season. They move on. Cedar, they move on as well. With the loss, yes, they even up to 500, but they have to be happy about how they finish this one. And with that, we're finishing this one ourselves, Paul, and we'll be back tomorrow on The Fan with Utah Tech Trailblazer football at noon, and back again next week for some Friday Night Lights, Region 9 football back on Friday. And until then, from all of us here at Crimson Cliffs High School, have a good night, everybody. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you next time.